gonna do it again. Gotta do right, son, it ain't right. Gotta do right. Come on, if you make sure you're connected, the writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall. I go blind. See through you, see through you, see through you, see through you. I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna get myself, I'm gonna get myself connected. I ain't gonna go blind for the light that is reflected. Hear me out. Can you hear me out? Can you hear me out? Terrified, I wanna do it again. Ain't gonna go blind, ain't gonna go blind. I wanna do it again. Here we go. If you make sure you're connected, the writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall. Hear me out, stumble you might fall. Yeah. State the fire, staying alive. Won't someone try? Open up your eyes. You must be blind if you can't see the gaping hole called reality. Wanna do it again? I'm gonna do it again. I wanna do it again. Come on, I'm gonna do it again. Hear me out. The writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall. If you make sure you're connected, the writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, stumble you might fall.
Yeah, I was born blind, I could not see, thoughtless, not free. Doctors on the scene with poisonous fists, they call it the vaccine. And if you ain't asleep, you know exactly what I mean. If my mama really knew, she would breach the roof. I just hope she knows the baby only seeks the truth. I learned not to trust the system of the institute, and I feel I need to get that knowledge into you. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. In school I was taught lessons, a young truther asking questions, while all these other motherfuckers guessing. Elementary just wasn't meant for me. Y'all keep your fake history, the shit is not a mystery. That it's all lies, and if all lies would open wide and see in 2020 vision be nowhere to hide. It's so clear as a clear blue sky that we never see anymore, just trails pass by. And remember the conspiracy theorist said it's a lie. They're spraying chemicals in the air, but you still deny. So how can I get you to see anything if you're blind? Like the moon landing's fake, NASA lies all the time, and government officials are just the elite puppets. I'ma probably get murdered for saying all the shit, fuck it. Tired of this world anyway, getting bleeding by the day. Sheep will keep sleeping, truth seeker, I'm away. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, we see way too. I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. Yo, all of NASA's pictures of Earth are fake. They're all fake. Yeah, I was cutting classes, fucking blasting, straight mapping, looking at the globe laughing. We can't get to the moon today, never mind 60 years ago. Every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers. Listen for a minute and I'll make you a believer. Mama raised a truth seeker, every day making way, exposing the deceivers, trying to wake up all the sleepers.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the show. I got 45 people here already. What's up, Marika? We got a lot of people here in the house. And I have Shapu with me tonight. Let's get him on here. Hey, Shapu. Hold on. I think your mic is muted. Did I mute that? Can you unmute yourself over there?
Hi, Jen. Yes.
There you go. I thought I did it by accident. Sorry. How you doing?
Not bad. It's been a long day for me. But,
yeah, you said you weren't feeling too good. You had a little scratchy throat going on?
This morning, yeah. It's not so bad. Yeah.
It could be allergies, you know. Maybe you got to change your filter or something in your house for heating and stuff.
Yeah, or maybe the beers I drank too much of them.
Too many beers, huh? Yeah.
I rarely drink, so must be the toxicity coming out.
That could be. So let's see. We got Chainsaw Cat in the house. RT's here. Young Love, what's up, girl? Everybody's been praying for you, and I do want to get you back on the show soon. I'm so glad you're doing much better. Natalie's here. Quantum Bear Trap. Rendundo Rocket. DJ's in the house, keeping an eye on everybody. Some guy named Fruit Kiss is here. I don't know who that is. I'm only playing. It's my Shapu. Okay, we got 711 Lucas. I had to scroll up a little. Fervent Heat's in the house. AS is in the house. What's up, guys? All right. So, yeah, class is now in session. And we have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. My husband seems to be getting off work a little earlier than we expected. So I'm going to have to leave to pick him up between somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Hopefully more towards 8 o'clock. All right. So we've been coming down this road of truth here, piecing the puzzle together with all these different pieces, trying to see how they all fit in and everything. And, you know, all of us have a little piece to the puzzle. And Shapu, you've been key in helping me put these pieces together. Your research is just amazing. The stuff that you find, I don't know how you find it. I know you say the same thing to me sometimes, but
exactly.
Yeah.
It falls down on your lap sometimes.
And we were talking last night, because when you're in line with truth, the truth just starts coming. It comes fast and furious, like the pictures that you came upon.
Yeah.
and the way you came upon that, and then all the information we came upon with the arcs. The story of Noah's Ark. Well, there was probably more than one ark. And we seem to have found a lot of these arcs in the Oddfellow paintings and a lot of pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. And, we're trying to figure out what's going on with the arcs, and they're everywhere. It's amazing. And we even found more, guys. Shapu found a whole boatload more, and we're going to present them tonight as well, so you guys can take a look at them. But I am going to screen share super fast here because I want to let everybody know. Let me get into the screen share real quick. Make sure you can see this before I start talking, because on my end it lags a little. Yeah, it looks like you can see it, I guess. Can you see it, Shapu?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to scroll down here a little bit into my channel here. So if anybody's coming in late to what we've been talking about this last month, okay, because this is a month ago we put out Antarctica ice-free giant ships in the Great War. Okay, and it's got 958 views. That's awesome. So if you haven't seen this or Tearing Apart His Story, One Brick at a Time, or if you haven't seen this one over here, which is Ripple Effect, X Factor, Polaris Shift, and the Great Flood, you have to go watch that one as well. And also this one over here, Ironclads and Orphan Trains, plus much more. Me and Shapu have been breaking down all this stuff over these last 4 or 5 videos and live streams. And there's even more that we've come up with. So I can't recap everything in each live stream. You have to go back and watch to catch up to speed on what we're talking about here if you're not familiar with it. Let me come out of the screen share real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. My stuff is lagging for some reason. So I wanted to put that out there because when we get into this, we're really going to dive deep. And like I said, I can't go back and explain every little thing and how it ties together. But if you've been following us all this way and you've been paying attention and you haven't cut class, you'll know where we're at with things. If not, and you've been slacking, you have to go back and catch up. Yeah. So, Shapu, I wanted to start off with your stuff. We're going to do some comparisons to lava tubes, or what they tell us are lava tubes, and sewer systems and tunnels. Is that correct?
Yes, we can start with that.
Yeah, let's start there. Thank you, Chazzle Dazzle. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get into it.
Tell me, do you see it?
Yes. Let me make it real big so everybody can see it good.
Everybody, you see it?
Yep, it's nice and big now. Yep.
So this is the picture that you put like as a thumbnail.
Uh-huh.
And I've put all together like some comparisons and another, because this is what they call a lava tube here. Yeah. And this is a sewer tunnel. This is an old one. You can not even see the brick anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But this again, this is another one. It's the same kind of structure, same kind of.
I agree.
It's almost built the same way. You can even see here.
Yeah.
Lines here, and same thing over the other side. It's
yeah, right behind the guy's backpack where he's standing. Zoom back in on that in case people missed it. Right where that backpack is, you can see the brick lines right there, guys.
Yeah. You can see like the same height, same level. It's made the same way. It's just incredible how similar they are.
Wow.
You can see there's even all these like small river or
little
like
channels of water there.
Water, yeah.
Yeah, and they want you to think that's where the lava was flowing, right?
And on the side we have like what we call lava here.
Mm-hmm.
We will show you later, and this is just sulfur melting.
And sulfur is always associated with volcanoes, guys. When we go over the concoction that they can use to fake volcanoes to make you think that it's real, sulfur is a main component in that stuff.
Yeah. So this is what we're going to show you later. How science or scientific experiments can reproduce the same effect on a smaller scale than a volcano.
Absolutely. Those are really cool comparisons there.
Because we all know that there's no molten core.
There's no molten core for any lava or any molten magma to flow from or anything like that, guys. There just isn't. If you have to let go of the mainstream narrative, all right? And that includes science mainstream narratives.
Yeah,
go ahead, sir.
Yeah, they don't know further than 8 miles or 12 kilometers. They couldn't dig further, you know?
Yeah, so how do they know what's down there? You can only go down 8 miles. They're going to guess the rest of the way what it is.
Yeah. And all the way that they dig all this borehole, they never hit any lava, but they hit plenty of water. So
yeah, there's that.
Yeah. So again, this is the same picture I showed, and I found another one even better, almost the same height, the same kind of the waterway.
That is incredible right there. Wow.
Yeah. But this is what they call lava tube, and this is sewer tunnels.
Right.
So lava tubes could be like ancient sewer tunnels below the cities or the mountains that are actually
not even ancient, just X Factor. Who knows what X Factor, which one, how long ago, but yeah, we don't even know what is ancient and what isn't. They just slap on those words because it may be more muffed up than other places, so they say, well, it's ancient, that's why it looks that bad.
So I just found this one because there was a hole here, and this one was kind of a surface one.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see all the bricks, and you can see kind of the shapes of the bricks here. But
wow.
There's this one that I found that actually maybe the same height.
It has a skylight in it. Look at that, guys. It actually has a skylight in it, just like this supposed lava tube cave over here.
Yeah. That probably just fell down, but for me it looks the same again.
It's a really good one.
And this one, sometimes those lava tube splits like in 2 tubes like this, but sewers also do the same structures, and you can see but they're kind of the same.
It's an interesting narrative to have a very easily explain away excuse that, it's just lava tubes.
Yeah.
Why would they fake volcanoes? Are they all fake? What's going on with them? Well, we figured out that Vesuvius is not what they told us, okay? It's a building, guys. I found a statue head embedded in the side wall of Vesuvius. I've shown it on many videos. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch. So if Vesuvius is not a volcano, but they tell people it is, then how many others aren't volcanoes that they're telling us are volcanoes? I mean, they lie about everything, okay? They even lied about the thermodynamics inside the earth and what the earth actually looks like and what it's made of. They lied to you about what you live on. They lied to you about space, all the planets, the whole solar systems, nebulas, super gas giant planets, black holes, all this crap that people base careers on and studying these things. It's all fake. They're all fake narratives.
Yeah.
I have a whole list here of things that they've lied about. Let's see. Food, the planet, the globe, space, his story, geology, archaeology, pandemics, wars. They lied about everything. But somehow you can't wrap your head around fucking volcanoes. Well, then you're going to have to flunk this grade, stay after school for a long time.
Yeah. So look at this lava tube. They even make like some kind of a trench here to, I don't know, for water. But look, in tunnels. They have the same thing.
Oh, go back to that other one. That is a really good one. Wow. It's like a grate on the floor. You can see it even. It almost looks like a grate.
Yeah. Probably put it there to circulate the water, but
I mean, 1 + 1 is 2, guys. Come on. How long have you thought you were on a spinning ball all your life until somebody finally showed you you're on a flat fucking plane? So,
yeah,
just showing you what we see here. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You could just change the channel. But if you do get it, stick around because it's going to get really interesting here on the back end of things. You're going to get blown away by the stuff that Shapu found.
yeah.
It ties all of our work together.
We're not telling you to believe us. We're telling you to go look yourself. That's why my channel is called Research My Research, because
Exactly.
I don't want you to believe what I say. I want you to go look at it yourself. And if it's resonate with you, then
yeah, I mean, if you can't get out to these places, look up the pictures yourself. You do the comparison. Take the blinders off your eyes and leave the indoctrination behind and just look at it with an open mind. And you're going to see what we see. I mean, it's just, you can't unsee it. There's that.
Yeah. Once you know that this world that they told you, it's not at all what they told you in school.
Nothing like what they told us. And that includes volcanoes. You know, they fake earthquakes. They can fake earthquakes and tsunamis.
Yep.
You don't think they can fake volcanoes all fucking day long? You bet your fucking ass they can.
You like this one, you go, and here you like, there's like a flat wall, and you can see here it's all right, and there's a flat wall again.
Oh wow, go back again to the other one. Wow.
Yeah,
really, really good pictures.
So you can see the brick still in the brick lines here. Look, okay, square pattern here, here, here.
It's really cooked out there.
Yeah, it's really cooked out. But
yeah,
this one was covered over, but it's made still with bricks.
It's amazing to me how they can't make the connection. You know, I mean, if I was a geologist and I'm looking at this stuff, and then it's just like, even the archaeologists and geologists have to run into each other at some point, because the archaeologists' megalithic brick wall runs right into their melted fucking strata layers of minerals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, this is just a problem.
Where they get together and they start tacking on millions and millions of years to everything.
So this is the one that I showed earlier on the last show that we did.
Yeah. That's identical, dude. The other one just doesn't have water in it.
Yeah.
Tunnel at Ape Cave, and the other one's a sewer drain.
And these lava tube that they call that, I have one, I think, of a volcano in Hawaii, and it comes out like this on the side of a mountain, they say. There's a hole right like this, and they say it's lava that pours out, but...
oh, right. Of course, that's what happens. Yeah.
And it goes into water, so must be like a sewer drain. This one, this one's really nice because you still have the same lines. Yeah,
let's zoom in a little on these lines because you did show this last show, and that was really interesting evidence.
You can see here how they go.
There's and let's just say, I want you to pay attention. These are called brick layers, guys. And when brick layers get swished down, they look like pancakes. I'm just saying, but you can make out the brick lines. You can always make out the brick patterns in this stuff. And we'll go over to this one.
Lava tubes.
This so-called lava tube.
You can still see the same kind of brick lines.
Yep.
All over. Yeah. They go out. You can even see they kind of have the same decoloration.
Yeah, they do. They have that like water line or something.
Yeah. Again, another one.
Yes, Kathleen. Yes. Now, see, Kathleen is seeing something. She's starting to recognize it and see it. And now she can go and take this a step further and look it up for herself. And maybe she'll even be compelled to make videos about it, which would be totally awesome. Because the more people that spread the truth and destroy his story and his lies, the better off we'll all be, guys.
because you're gonna do your research yourself, and you ain't gonna take in anything that anyone say. You're gonna go look for yourself, just like what's happening right now. Most of the people didn't go look the information about it, and they got it.
Yeah, definitely do the research yourself. Go out and look yourself. A lot of people like Deborah, the red brick chick, who's going to be on next week. She's always out filming stuff in her area. Once she realized what was going on with this melted building stuff, she was like, "Holy crap, it's everywhere around me!" And she's filming it all. It's great.
And this one, I liked it. They called it another lava tube, but you zoom in.
Look at the brick.
And see.
I mean, come on. Look at that. You can't deny it. It's right there. There's a fucking brick. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says.
It's all those brick, but these ones are still the same shape.
Shampoo. They just climbed up there and put a few bricks in because they didn't want the ceiling to fall. That's what happened.
Yeah, probably. There was a little hole, so they patched it up. Yeah. But I've done with my comparison, and I can show you other lava tubes. These are lava tubes, what they call lava tubes. And you can see that even on this one, like the covering has fell off, but you can see under it that there's straight lines, and
I see that. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
Wow. Devil's in the details, guys. You got to really look close at this stuff and examine it all over. I would have never found that statue head in the said mineral layers of Vesuvius if I wasn't using a magnifying glass that night.
Yeah. So when I show another one, sorry. Let's see the brick, and you can see that something was really hot here.
Mm-hmm.
They use these passageways to go under these mountains and probably put their stuff there that we're going to show you later.
Wow, that's cool with the people in there. It gives you a better perspective of how large this tube is.
Yeah. And there are some sewer tunnels that they are this high too.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. This is the one I was telling you about. Like, look, it's really the same way as the sewer drainage.
Wow, that's a really good pick. I haven't seen it. Can we scroll in on it?
Yes. And it goes out straight to water.
Yeah, you can see the bricks underneath it too. Really good.
Yeah. Probably another one here.
Yeah, that one looks like it closed up, or something was closing up there.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking a question here. Why do I think the melt happened fast rather than slow? That's a good question. Thank you for asking that, by the way. It's just the way I look at it, it seems to be more of a rapid event that took place. I don't think it could have melted over time, but I don't know how much time. If you're thinking like, well, maybe it took a week to melt instead of like maybe all in one day, maybe it did. I don't know. I wasn't there. Thank goodness. Because if I was there, I wouldn't be here. But anyway, that's up for interpretation. If you have an idea, an inclination that it may have taken years even, find more evidence that will support that theory. My thoughts are that it happened almost instantaneously, as far as meltology geologists would say, in terms of a massive scale, right? This thing is happening, a massive plasma discharge, electromagnetic discharge taking place across a motherboard plane that's all built out with brick, okay? And I'm going to show you some stuff about brick here in a little bit, but
for sure, there was one big event that did the heat really fast.
Yeah,
all across the board. But
If you
Like
watch a motherboard fry, if you ever watch videos of that or anything, or if you're able to see somebody fry a motherboard in person, that would be great too. But it comes out, it spreads out, and it hits different things at different times as it's going across the board. And then things are melting down as other things are just getting hit and melting down and stuff like that. So maybe it happened in little stages across the plane, but all kind of in the one span of space, time. Now I think there's multiple X Factor events that take place. But I could be wrong about that too. It could have been one solid X Factor event. None of us really know. But clearly things look melted here, guys. So some extreme heat event took place. And it seems to be one of these took place in a not so distant past for sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate that question though. Thank you. Oh, look at this. What's this supposed to be? A brick lava tube?
No, that's another like a sewage tunnel. Yeah. An old one. Yeah.
Yeah, the bricks are really gray and cooked out there.
Yeah.
See how they lose their color.
But they're still intact.
Yep.
Because somebody asked me on the group one day, why are the arches never touched? But I can tell you, because in arches, the weight is distributed evenly. There's no always weight on us. So the propagation of the piezoelectric combined with the electricity doesn't go as well in the arches, because there's no pressure on the crystals inside the bricks.
Keep going, Shapu. I got to let my cat out.
So as you can say that probably there was some places where there was big, huge structures and castle that could continue the process because of the weight of the building and the start of the electricity in the bricks that propagates as the weights go further down into the structure. So it could continue after the so event, the transformation, yeah. And as for brick roads too, because if you pass with carriage and stuff a lot, then you create pressure on these stone bricks, and it makes some electric discharge every time you roll on it. So it could transform over time as well with these roads.
Yeah.
And
keep going with that, Shapu, because I have to check something on the computer downstairs. I pinned something and it's not pinned. So keep going with that.
So here you can see like a train tunnel that's half brick, and they say that they carve all this tunnel, but they probably just found it like this way. And sometimes they just put bricks or not, because they have refurbished a lot of places that I found out lately that I thought they were like original from an old time, but they probably was done like 30 years, 40, maybe even 60 years ago. Not so long, but they really don't say. They say, no, this is an old medieval castle, but they have redone it in its entirety. And now they charge people to go and come see it. So here's another old tunnel that was a sewer. This one doesn't say, but I can see that there has been some meltage. I don't know the story about this place, but if there was a fire, the fire was really, really hot. So I'm just going through, showing you some other sewage or tunnel. Look how big they are. This one I don't even know what was it for, but it's huge. And you can see this. They look kind of rocky and but they were all bricks, all the same size once. But something has changed them. They didn't build it like this.
Oof.
something like this.
Sorry about that. I've been pinning my PayPal stuff in the chats, and then somehow it's getting unpinned for some reason. And then I usually find out later that it's, and I'm noticing now it was unpinned again. So I don't know what's up with that, but thanks.
Yeah. You can see in this one, the water is always running all day, every day, but the brick is still the same brick as it was when it was laid. It didn't erode or anything, because erosion, as they learn and they tell you, it's not exactly the same process.
Yeah, they have a thing called melt erosion. That's why they explain why things look melted. They call it melt erosion. Fucking jackwagon geologists.
Because they say that these glaciers melted and eroded away. Yeah. You see this sewer tunnel, the side of the mountain we just saw earlier. It's kind of this one.
Yeah.
These are just, again, old sewers. Look at the amount of bricks, and it goes all the way around these cities. It's all underground.
All underground, guys. We don't even know where ground level is, to tell you the truth. And yeah, it's just nuts.
Yeah. And some are deep, and some aren't that deep.
I did a video on my original channel that got taken down in December 2020 about this underground tunnel system that connected all of Europe. And I had pictures of the map that laid out all the tunnel systems under there.
Maginot Line.
What is it?
The Maginot Line. It's called.
Hey, that's crazy stuff. I mean, and we've been saying these buildings were massive and interconnected, and there's all these tunnels connecting everything.
The
all under
it is just all over the place. By the time they say they dug it like in 3-4 years, just as the war was going on, from like Germany to France. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So not only did they destroy a lot of things during the war actually gave them a lot of narratives for a lot of these underground bunkers. Most of them predate World War I and World War II. And you find all kinds of brick tunnels and stuff and stairways and everything in the bunkers. And it's just incredible the way they go around putting new narratives on this stuff to get you to buy the lie and hide the truth.
You can see, look, like the cave, the first cave, the lava tube, the big one you saw. Look at the size. Look, this one is like.
But look, you can see the brick pattern even on the ceiling. Look at the ceiling. You can see that brick pattern. Just like, yeah.
And some say, oh, they were old train tunnel, but you never like see soot lines all the way. It's all the same. There's no blacking.
Can you scroll in any more on the ceiling?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Like where that light's shining there. Look at that, guys. This is supposed to be a lava tube.
No, this one is not a lava tube.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was going to say, that's clearly not a lava tube.
But a lava tube is a tunnel, so yes.
Exactly. Yeah. No, but I thought they were designating this one actual, like their title for it. But look at this smoothed out brick, guys. I mean, wow.
So they have 2 stories for these tunnels. They either old sewers or like old train tunnels. But,
the ground's completely fucked.
Yeah.
So if the walls are melted and the ceiling's melted, pretty much the floor is going to be melted too, or the ground.
Yeah. These are tunnels like in Russia, I think. I don't know why they're square like this.
Wow.
And this another place, just a comparison. I put it in there.
Yeah. Do you think they really built it like that, Chaput? Do you think they put this big rock down here and then added some small ones around it and added a few more big ones? Do you think they did it like that, Chaput? That's probably what happened, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. There are master stone masons, and they were able to put all those pebbles and stones around a bigger stone and make walls out of it like that.
Yeah, they're master balancers too. So they balance these small rocks on top of each other. But now you
Impressive.
can get it off because they are fused together, you know. So
Melted together.
and this one I was you can
Oh,
clearly
no, that's sandstone. That's what that is. That's red sandstone.
well, look. No, it was this, and now it's this.
Yeah, so let's zoom in on these brick pattern lines here.
The rock that you showed the last time.
Yes, and this looks like one solid wall of rock, which they would call sandstone in other locations. They've shown, or we've shown on our show even, the rock carved houses out of red sandstone in England, which have these same patterns on them and stuff. And they'll tell you it's just red sandstone. Hey, Austin, what's up? All right, I'm going to get into a screen share.
Yep. Because
Thank you for that. That was really good.
I still got
Why is everything lagging?
nice video to show too.
Okay, well, why don't we keep you up? If you want to, do you want to come back on with a video that has audio with it? You can click that little thing for audio.
What were you going to show, Jim?
Oh, I was just going to get into some more lava tube stuff and caves.
But you can because
Okay.
it's the videos that explain.
Oh, all right. I know what you're talking about.
Probably
Yeah, we'll save that.
you need to show like the PDFs before. So
Okay. All right, let's get this up. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me do this here. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, okay. So this is just tunnel systems and stuff, cooked out tunnel systems, and you can see the damage on the brick and everything here. And they look a lot like the lava tubes. They're what they call lava tubes, certain locations. Let's see here. I can get this thing to scroll in for me. Here we go. This here looks a lot like one of the sewer tunnels you were showing.
oh yes.
Look at this one. It's like all plywood. Isn't that crazy looking? What are they hiding with all this plywood?
I don't know what they use it for, but not for water. I hope so.
That's crazy. All right, guys. So this is not a mud brick fucking tunnel right here, okay? This is cooked out brick right here. This is what happened with heat damage. I'll tell you, this is some ancient tunnel that they partially dug and apparently partially bricked. See here, you can see the brick up top, and it's also hollow up there. It looks like there may be another space above, maybe another corridor, another level up there.
Yeah. Like you see in those deep mines, they always have like.
Now here's a tunnel that looks half cooked, but yeah, you can still make the brick pattern on it. Now they're not saying this is a lava tube or anything, but let's just take a look at the brick wall here and the ground itself. Okay, the ground's all muffed up. Well, it should be because the heat's coming up from the bottom. You can see this cooked out brick pattern heading up the wall. Well, the bricks are warped out of shape, but it didn't get cooked enough to where they would label this a cave or some other kind of weird natural feature. Okay, here we go. Here's another tunnel. This one here. You can see it's all cooked out.
Oh yeah, like the square one that just showed you.
Mm-hmm. There's another one here. This brick is not, eroded away in any kind of way. This is just all heat damage right here, guys. This is all this is heat damage from the X Factor event. They probably fixed the floor up because clearly they're still utilizing this muffed up tunnel here. So that looks like they came in and put in a new floor for people to get through. Here again, they'll tell you they carved this tunnel, but this is not carved. This is just more melted building. And once you've looked at this stuff enough, you will understand that. Now, this one here is really good. I think this might be one of the ones in Kuyu here, or Malta. This says it's a Malta tunnel. Okay. So they want you to think in their narrative that they carved this tunnel. And what they will tell you is that these marks on the wall here are from pickaxes in whatever time frame they're saying these ancient things were pickaxed out. Okay. But they're not. These are heat striations. You can still make out a little brick pattern right in here in the wall. If you look, you can see like what is a mortar line here. But all this is heat damage, and they're called heat striations. This is what happens with extreme heat events. Do you see the floor, how the floor looks like it was molten and wavy and bumpy here and little holes and stuff? That's because the heat was attacking the floor first, and then it rose up the walls. They didn't pickaxe the floor out like that, guys, okay? Just saying. Just saying. It's been really warm here lately. I'm getting my like spring allergies early. Yeah. All right, let's look at this one over here. Check this one out, Chapu. I did a video on this one. This one's in the side of a mountain, and the story goes that a guy carved this out. He like spent 5 years, him and like 3 other guys, just carving this out so they can get their village hooked up with like, you know, over towards the city through a mountain and stuff. It's insane. The story, some of these pathetic narratives that they give this stuff, it's almost like they're laughing at us, practically telling us, you know.
They probably like chisel a thin layer of a tunnel already there. Oh, we chiseled it. Yes.
Look at this. Wow. Yeah. Okay, now this is a really good example of the heat striations on one side where they would say that these are pickaxe marks. You can see these heat striations. They go different ways, parallel, vertical, all this stuff. And then right over here, you have brick. So you're telling me they carved this out with pickaxes, right? But then they came over here and carved out some more pickaxe stuff right down here and then went up here and bricked it all the way across.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what happened. Sure. Yep. I like that one. That's a really good evidence right there. And look at how big this archway is. Look at how little the guys are in here. What was this? You know, it clearly was made for larger people. Why would you waste your time underground making a huge archway like this for little people? Yeah. You wouldn't. I mean, would you? I don't think so. All right. So I just wanted to show everybody that too, because since we were just looking at the tunnels, I'm going to go over here to this page here. Okay, so here we are looking at Volcano lava. Say that again, hon.
I said they didn't have a shortage of bricks back then, so why not do it big, you know?
Exactly. They didn't have no shortage of bricks, that's for sure. But it seems like these impossible feats went over and above what they had to go. I mean, a man is not, 25, 30 feet tall. What do you need an archway or a doorway that's tall? I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so Volcano Lava River Cave in Arizona is what we're looking at here. I'm just going to scroll down here. It says the river cave was unearthed in 1915, so they had to unearth this.
Okay, so they know that's a lava cave, but they have to unearth.
Yeah. So we're gonna go down here a little. There's a picture I wanted to show you of this lava cave. Okay, this one, of course, is very interesting. You can sort of see a brick pattern here on the ceiling still, which is where you would find it because the archway seems to make out really well. So you can kind of see resemblance of what looks like some brick here, a little like what do they call that? A ghost aperture of brick right there, maybe you might say. There was one down here I wanted to show you guys, though. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more here. This one's a really good one. You could see how it's just completely cooked out, but you can still see some brick lines here, the rows of where the bricks would have been. You can see how it was melting down over itself. Now, if you want to still believe that this is a lava tube and lava really flowed through here, be my guest. I really don't fucking care. I know what it is. And really, that's all that matters. But the picture down here is really interesting that I wanted to look at with you guys. Let's see if it comes up here. Look at this one here, Chapu. Look at the brick. How it's all cooked out and running into itself here. That's crazy. All right, so this is the picture I wanted to show you. This is the entranceway to this supposed lava tube right here. Okay, just what's all this up here? That looks like a brick wall to me. I mean, what is all this up here? That's just part of the building. I think that's all original. What do you think?
I don't know. If they're fused together, they're probably part of it. But
I thought that was interesting for the entranceway to look like that. I mean, sure, they could have come along and put this in here for aesthetics or something, or maybe so somebody doesn't fall in it or whatever. They could have did that. I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm just saying the entranceway looks very suspicious. Okay, and then here's one of these lava tubes. You might even have shown this one, Shapu, that breaks off into two different directions, like the tunnel.
Yep. But not this picture, but that's the same place, yes.
A lot of red here, like floor. Very interesting.
Yep.
Okay, so the reason go ahead.
In a lot of these tunnels, sometimes they arrive at one point that it's blocked. Either someone put a wall, or there's like a big chunk, or it's all molten. In what we're gonna show later, maybe they have blocked it to stop what the effect that they're going to make with these volcanoes.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, this one.
Okay.
This is Dabu7.
I didn't put on volume with this because we really don't need it. We can just talk over it. But as soon as this loads up, this is something that I wanted to show. Every year, it seems like in the beginning of the year, we hear stories of birds falling out of the sky dead. It's happened every year since, like, I don't know, 2012, 2013, maybe even before that. But it seems like every year in January, there's a massive die-off of birds, and there's just this whole flock of birds that are on the ground in various different locations. Well, this happened, I think, late January. I just seen the video the other night, but there's something in this video that I've never seen before. I call it a bird bomb because it looks like a fucking bird bomb went off. So I'm just gonna let this play, and let me put the volume down because there is no real volume with it anyway. But let's just get on and watch this. Let me scroll down here a little to the back end of things here. So he was just talking about the situation with the birds up here. So somebody had a camera outside their house that was watching, I guess, the neighbor's house or pointed towards the house next to them. And this camera got some interesting stuff. I'm hoping that this works out for me and loads up so I can show it to you guys. Oh boy, what's it doing? Who knows? It might work, it might not. We're going to go for it.
It works. No, you're
Okay. All right, so he's going to re-show the video because it already passed the part I wanted you to see, but I think he replays it here in just a second. All right, watch. Look. What the F was that? What the F was that? Are you fucking kidding me right now? It looked like a rain bomb, but it was all birds.
And most of them just flew away. I don't know what happened. They I don't know.
All right, hold on. I want to replay that again real quick because it went too quick. I thought he was going to play it over again back here. Hold on. I had to watch it like 4 different times when I first watched it. I'm like, what is this? Man, come on with this thing. Come on, back up. All right, hang on. It's coming up now. I'm sorry. Jeez. YouTube don't want to fucking work for me.
It works. No, that's the first
What
time.
the hell, dude? And it looks like the ones that were, at the base of this bird bomb are the ones that got slammed the hardest on the ground, and they're the ones that are left that are dead. But something caused a massive flock of birds, which that's a lot of birds, guys. I mean, where did they all come from like that? That's what?
Oh,
What the fuck is going on? I don't
imagine
know.
walking on the sidewalk. Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. It looks like it dropped on somebody's house. Could you imagine having a bird bomb dropped on your house?
Oh, shit.
Voyage, I don't know how they were filming it. It looked like somebody was outside their house looking over at another house because the camera's moving a little bit. So it's not a stationary camera.
Oh, yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
back again so you guys can see it.
Well, there's a lot of birds already, so maybe.
Yeah,
But,
something weird was happening and it compelled this person to film.
no. Yeah.
And then there's that. So, I mean, hey, I don't know. Is this real or not? You tell me, guys. I'm just saying. I saw this and I was like, oh, what the fuck was that? Because we never actually see pictures of what happens to these birds. We just see that they find a bunch of birds dead on the ground. They fell out of the sky. This is the first time I've ever seen anybody that looked like they might have caught what's taking place on cameras. I don't know if it's real or not. I just want to share it with you guys. You take from it what you will. What do you think, Chapu?
Well, if it's fake, it's really well made. But maybe it looks like maybe someone recorded it off a screen or it was through a window. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a little bad quality there. I mean, at this point, nobody should have bad quality videos, right? You would think.
Yeah.
But, you know, NASA can still send out black and white photos all day and pictures and people will buy it.
Yeah.
So you sent me this, Chapu. It was about something that you found. Now, this is labeled brick, right? On this site here that you sent me?
Yes. It's a museum, and it's a brick from like Iraq. You know the giant all brick building in Nippur. Yeah.
So they're saying this rock right here that looks like any random rock you can go outside and walk around the back of your house into the woods and pick up, right? Am I right, guys? Does this not look like a regular old rock? Well, it is a rock from Iraq, but they're saying it's a brick. It's right there. It's labeled a brick.
Even on the bottom, you can see the other collection of these bricks. But they are real bricks. Like
Material is clay. Okay. Now, does that look like clay to you? It looks like a regular old rock, but it's brick. And clearly it's been heat damaged. Let's see what other stuff we have here.
Yeah, these are just see brick.
It looks like to me they just took some stone and etched some stuff on it, but these people are saying it's brick.
Some looks like concrete and all. Now it's brick pews. Because they know in the stories that this old temple was made with brick, so it cannot be anything else.
And it says right here in the description, clay. It doesn't say any other material or they made some other kind of mud bricks and stuff. They're just mud bricks. It's not clay. It's just mud. Well, it's right there, guys. Again,
clay is just really fine earth, so you can make, if you take your earth and you find it really fine, you have clay, you know. So
yeah, and they're designating this one clay. It doesn't look like clay though, guys. It looks like some weird light tannish color and stuff, like just some regular old rock in your backyard. But it's a brick. So there is that. So let's go over here. All right, I have lava caves and tubes. Okay. Oh, which one was this? This is the entranceway to another one of these lava tube caves. It looks a lot like the last one that I was showing back over here. I think it was this one here originally, the name of it. It looks a lot like the entranceway to this one. Kokanee. Yeah, that one there. But we're on this one right here. So, okay, they're telling us that this is a lava tube cave. So let's see what we see. What's that look like to you guys? Let's put some answers in the chat and see what you think this looks like. I want to see what you guys think of all this? Let's zoom in a little here on this entrance part. This reminds me of some of that stuff that Mark filmed.
Yes.
You know, when he was at that one place with all those holes in the ground, and you could see the domed arch stuff with the park.
Yeah, what they call the old kilns, I guess.
Yes, and that other stuff too. Look up here at this top part right here. Look at this. Very interesting. So I'm going to look at the chat and see what you guys think. Come on, guys, put your answers in here. What do you see? What are you seeing here? Top of a massive arch or dome building.
Nice.
It could be. Is that what you think you're seeing there? Because, I mean, it looks pretty muffed up and melted, and we know that most of this stuff, if not all of it, is melted buildings.
Yep.
It looks like it had some stuff running down it here, this black drippy stuff that we see all over Zion National Park and all the other national parks. They have this black drippy stuff that seems to run down off the tops of these things. It may have something to do with roofing. At least that's the only thing that I could come up with. I put that idea past Jerry back when me and him used to hang out and talk about melted buildings. He wasn't really into that theory. He kind of shot it down, and that's okay. Whatever. I don't care. For me, it's the only thing that explains why this stuff's dripping down from the top of stuff. If you look at our buildings today in our houses, we use shingles. Sometimes they're asphalt shingles. If that stuff melts down, it's going to run down the side of your house. If it gets really, really hot and starts melting, it will start running down, and it'll look like this shit. Is that what it is? I really don't know. But if that's what it looks like. All right, so here we go. This is an active supposed lava tube. Okay, guys? And we're going to get into some information about lava and how they're possibly pulling off a lot of this fake scenario of volcanoes and lava and all this stuff like that. And what kind of concoctions they could have that would have a continuous churning of molten, what they call magma underground. We'll see if we can figure this out today. But I did want to show you this picture because a lot of people have been asking me about the lava and molten magma and stuff like that.
If we know there's no molten core and not lava tubes from the molten cores to the surface, then what is lava? So
exactly, and hopefully we get some answers tonight on what is lava and what it could possibly be.
Yeah,
this is supposed to be a lava tube right here. To me, it just does not look like anything flowed through that. It just looks like a muffed up, melted building. Okay, so let's go down here just a little bit more. Fire and ice. So you got ice here in the interior.
Yeah. So it's there's heat under. That's what they say.
Yeah. Why is there ice here? Just why? All right.
There's a lot more water than lava underground.
Oh my gosh, are we in that fort in Russia right here? What is this? This looks like drippy melted brick. Oh, just saying. That looks a lot like that fort in Russia.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, I'll try to bring it up here in a little bit. It's another one of these caves, supposed lava tubes. Natural formation, what they want you to think is a natural formation. And I think that's it for that link right there. There's just some key pictures in these different sites that I wanted, instead of saving every picture, I like to scroll down. It's French. Let's go to English here. Okay, so we're going to look here at some stuff as well. Let me scroll down a little. Dolomite, Italy. I thought some of these pictures are really interesting. These Dolomite Alps in Italy. Let's take a look at this picture here. All right, guys. I want you to tell me what you see in this picture. Just write in the chat. Tell me what you see. Now, there's no volcano here, or what they tell us is a volcano. So clearly nothing exploded up and out from this location because that's what you would expect a volcano to do. That's what they tell us it does. It shoots out stuff, and things are going to shoot vertical. So geologists will tell you that these are mineral layers here. And if you go to Vesuvius, or what they tell us is a volcano called Vesuvius, you will see these same mineral layers supposedly in Vesuvius, but yet they want you to believe Vesuvius is an active volcano that has blown its top a few times. But yet we find this everywhere we go, paralleling brick lines. Check out this chat, see what's going on. Just trying to keep up with the chat here and also show you guys this stuff. Let me go back a little picture here. Okay, there we go. Cool. I have them large. That was a cool picture, and I think they had a couple other cool ones here. Look at this one, Chipu, with this little island with this church on the middle of it. I wonder how far down that went.
Yeah.
This is a man-made canal. Like we were talking about the canal systems in Europe, going across France, Germany, Italy, Spain has them, England has them all over, Scotland. These are all man-made river systems here. And they'll tell you these things were built in the 1600s, some of them in the 1500s. If you look at Chambord in France, the palatial estate called Chambord, it's sitting on a man-made platform, surrounded by water, and it connects to another man-made canal system that's twice the size of this. And they supposedly built that in the 1500s. If you want to buy that narrative, go ahead. I heard it's on sale, but I'm not buying it, okay? I'm just saying.
We're going to have to tackle soon, Jen, the Roman Greek architecture, because I kind of learned that, I knew already, but the Roman and they were all made up, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, by
yeah,
the
understand the truth. You have to understand the truth. You have to first understand the lie and how bad you've been lied to, why you were lied to, who's lying to you, and why it's so important for you to buy this historical narrative lie. Now, if you want to think that, you know, ancient peoples built these megalithic structures and they did all this stuff, and this is why we have the same architecture everywhere because the Romans went everywhere and conquered everything, that's a really good excuse to explain away his story of why the same architecture is everywhere. Well, the Romans had a massive empire. They spread out and built all kinds of shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Incredible stuff here. I love this stuff. Some people find it boring as hell, but I find it really interesting. Okay, this was the picture I wanted to show you guys. So they talk about ancient terracing. This is just more of these melted buildings, and they come in later since vegetation's growing on it, and they can utilize them, and they do utilize them. And I'm not saying there aren't ones that are modern, that are man-made. But when you start looking closely at these ancient terraces, you can see that they go all the way up the side of these mountains. You can see terracing all the way up here. You could just follow it down. When you have the eagle eye and you know what you're looking at, it pops right out at you. Fervent Heat's probably got his magnifying glass out right now. Also on this terraced mountain, you can see what looks like an archway right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right here, and some type of a building jutting out here. Kind of like Vesuvius. Just saying. You can see it right there a little better. Hidden away right here. Well, some ancient people came along and they terraced this. But really, this looks like steps or something leading up to this building right here. Because the whole mountain was the building. So, and like I said, I'm just peering around these sites, checking out their pictures, seeing what I can find, and I'm finding stuff. Whoops, let me go back. I did not mean to jump to that picture. Sorry about that. There's something else I want to show you here. Let me zoom back in. This site is very touchy. All right, so let's look at the terracing on this side here. This is a pretty big step kind of platform right here. It looks like, you know, like kind of like giant steps. See how it comes down here? It's all covered over with vegetation. It looks like there's some kind of an archway here that's buried. Shapu, what do you think about this right here? Can you see it? See how there's like an opening right here? And then it kind of curves over.
I'm not sure where you...
Right here. Can you see my arrow?
Yes.
See right here, there's a dark spot, and then it curves over like this, like it's a buried archway.
Maybe. If there were less...
I know, it's not the greatest picture. But there looks like there's something right here in the center here, too. I could be wrong. Maybe it is shadowing. I don't know. But that one part there looks kind of like a buried arch. Now, if you look down here, you can see what looks like steps. This is not where they plant vegetation, guys. This is steps, okay? You can see that there's steps going up and coming down.
It's not made to plant anything.
Exactly. All the rest of it over here is all covered up. You can still see stuff coming down. The mountain,
like rocks, yeah.
The mountain is the building, guys. The mountain is the building. And if you guys can't handle that concept and it's too much for you, well, then there's plenty of other channels you can go visit, I'm sure. But look at this brick wall just sticking up here in the middle of everything. You see it, Shapu?
Yep. You can find the same structures in South America everywhere. And there's no vegetation, and it's the same. It's the same.
Mm-hmm. There seems to be a wall here. This could be newer. I don't know. This part right here down by the water. But I did want to show you guys that picture. I thought it was pretty interesting. Let me see what other ones were on this site. Oh, here. Okay, look. So here's some more terracing layers, which I think they're just utilizing what was already here clearly.
Yeah.
Building upon it and stuff. You can see it here. This looks a lot like Yamaguni underneath the water in Japan. Near Japan.
And they always put only grass, you know, on the fake ones. Just to, we plant stuff. Look, they grow there. They're not growing in the supposed...
Look at this, guys. Just look at this, Shippo. Do you see it? I mean, I don't know how anybody can't see it. It's right fucking there. That's a building all day long. You can see the layering in it. It looks just like the interior of Vesuvius. This isn't a volcano, guys. This isn't a volcano. Or what they're telling us is supposedly volcanoes. Yeah, I know it's not the greatest picture.
If you go see Cuelap in Peru, it's the same structure. And when you zoom in, it's all bricks. From afar, it looks exactly like this.
Look right here, all these apertures here on the lower base of it. And then clearly there's more terracing going up. The terracing looks like it could have went up the whole side of this thing. Do you see how it's terraced up looking? I mean, wow. Oh, I can hear coyotes outside my house, guys. Not outside my house directly, but across the street in the woods. And I know what coyotes sound like. And we're getting near March. And March and April is when I was filming. I was doing the Dogman audio stuff I was recording. And we're coming back around the March, guys. It's mating season. So March and April, I'm going to be listening out. And I know what coyotes sound like. There's no mistaking coyotes. What I was recording was not a fucking coyote. All right, so here we have an ancient wall, or what they tell us is an ancient wall right here. Still make out the brick. And over here on this piece that fell over right here, you could still see the brick in it as well. See it, Shapu?
Yes. Yeah, it was a piece of a wall for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have the trained eagle eye, you can't miss this stuff. It's impossible to unsee this stuff. It's like flat Earth. Once you learn that the Earth is flat and you start looking for yourself and making your own videos about it and stuff, you can't unsee the flat Earth. You can't. It doesn't matter how you learned it, who told you about it, whoever woke you up to it. It's there, and it's never going to leave. And it's the same with this stuff here. This is interesting, this mountain peak over here. Now, I don't know if this is volcanic over here. They're trying to say that this is some type of a volcano. But we're about to get into volcanoes here very shortly. As a matter of fact, let me see here. Let me come over to this. see what I got right here. Quick. Okay. Here I got to put.
Today we'll be looking at.
I got to pause this because I got to put the audio on. So I have to come out of my screen share and go back in because I didn't do audio on this one. This is where they're turning bricks into batteries, guys. Now, I've already told you many, many times, bricks are supercapacitors. This is why they used brick everywhere with their grid system of free energy that they had up. Everything looks like it's on a circuit board. And brick is part of that circuit board, arc, high tech, sure. Arc meaning energy, high tech, and sure meaning bright. That's how the word breaks down. So let me get back into the screen share and we're going to check out this information on bricks. If I can get my stuff to work for me here.
I think I could hear it.
Yeah, but I didn't click the audio button, so I don't want any problems, but I am going to have to mute out. I'm going to let it play. See if I can get this to work. I don't even know what's going on. All right.
At how scientists found a way to turn bricks into batteries. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is Mr. Singularity, where we explore the scientific and technological breakthroughs shaping the future as we know it. Some of the main obstacles to the revolution in green energies is figuring out how to conserve electricity while the sun is not rising and the wind is not roaring.
What's going on? Didn't work? No.
It's not working for me.
Not working at all.
It's not working. It's just loading and it just got all screwed up on me. I hate it when it does that stuff. I got to get a better computer. I do. I really do. I think what I'm going to have to do is maybe send it to you on your end. And then I can have you play it. Wow. Hold on a second. Hold on.
That you?
Now, this is a guy who's... This guy's blowing some stuff up with a concoction that he made. Let me go to my history and see if I can find this video.
Yeah, I think I can get it. I've got it right here.
Okay.
So just screen share when...
You got the audio on, right?
No, I didn't.
I think you have to mute yourself when you're sharing audio.
I can't. Wait, I can't get that window.
Yeah, you could probably just start the screen share over if you have to or whatever. But
My window, my StreamYard window won't come up.
oh, isn't that lovely? I just love it when we get all this shit going and then everything doesn't work for us. It happens all the time, guys.
What the?
They don't want you to know this stuff, guys. That's what's going on.
Okay. No, it's not. What the? Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I can say hi to the chat. It's no big deal. Let me see here. What do we got? 76 people watching, and we're dropping the ball, Shapu. Just keeping it real, guys. This is what happens. I'd love to run an absolutely perfect show, but that just doesn't ever work out. All right, here we go. Let me get the screen share up.
See it?
Yes.
Shaping the future as we know it. Some of the main obstacles to the revolution in green energy is figuring out how to conserve electricity.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's doing it again.
We can wait. It's no biggie. Yeah, we just have to mute you. I can't tell you how many times I've done that in my live streams and went through the whole video echoing.
While the sun is not rising and the wind is not roaring. Now scientists have shown that the standard construction bricks can be converted into energy storage units, making our homes potentially giant batteries. While in recent years, lithium-ion battery technology has seen dramatic price drops, most experts agree they will remain too expensive for grid-scale storage. Lithium's relative scarcity also means they're unlikely to be able to meet all of our energy needs. This is driven by considerable research into alternative ways to store excess renewable energy, ranging from much cheaper molten salt batteries to approaches that use spare electricity to compress air or pump water uphill before releasing turbines later. But all this time, a potential energy storage medium seems to have sat under our noses. Scientists at Washington University in St. Louis have shown in a paper in Nature Communications that bricks bought from Home Depot can be handled with a basic chemical process to give them battery-like power storage capability. This technique leverages the porous structure of the brick to deposit through the brick a layer of a conducting polymer called PEDOT. This converts each brick into a supercapacitor, which is similar to a battery, but usually trades faster charging times for lower storage capacity. The researchers' process involves first bathing the bricks in a vapor of hydrochloric acid that flows into the pores and reacts with the iron oxide that gives their red color to the bricks. It transforms the iron oxide into a reactive form of iron that reacts with another gas that is poured into the brick to produce a thin layer of PEDOT, a material that is electrically conductive. The coating is in reality a nanofibers mat with a very wide surface area which increases its potential for energy storage. This PEDOT coating acts as an electrode, and the researchers added an electrolyte gel to the bricks as well. They showed that 3 tiny bricks were enough to power a green LED on a single charge for 10 minutes. What's more, the researchers painted the bricks with a protective epoxy that had a knock-on effect stopping water evaporation from
Can we
the
pause
cement,
it there for a minute?
which ensures that the
You guys notice all the brick that we've shown over the last 2 years are whitewashed? I'm just saying. Do you think the people that were here before us who built all this stuff probably built the brick just like this with a lot of this stuff and put the white coating over it? I'm just saying. We can continue.
And the old bricks are probably made not the same way as the bricks you buy today, so that's why they have to put some new components to it, but maybe the old one, they didn't have to. So,
well, I was at one lady's house who had a pre-X Factor house that had damage on it, and she said that the masons that came to her house to look at her house and tell her if she needed any brick pointing said that the bricks in her wall that were gray now called them dead bricks. I thought that was interesting. She didn't know why they used that term, but they called them dead bricks. Well, what do you say a battery is when it's not working anymore? Your battery's dead. It's a dead brick. I'm just saying.
bricks can be charged and discharged for 10,000 cycles with a power decrease of just 10%. The bricks are still a concept proof rather than a ready-to-go solution to our energy storage needs. The energy density is only 1% that of lithium-ion batteries. Julie Odysee, who led the report, said in a press release 50 bricks hooked up to a solar panel could have 5 hours of emergency illumination. Still, this is a long way from storing enough power for our households, which are increasingly hungry for energy. DRC also admitted to New Scientist that there is some fear that the acid treatment may damage the quality of the bricks, to the degree that they may not be sufficient to make up a building's key structural components. Yet it is already early, and the team is finding routes to major efficiency enhancements.
We can stop
notes
here.
the team is already working.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let's just let it run a little bit longer past these solar things. I want you to see this massive field of solar panels.
With composite materials that contain other semiconductors, which they hope will increase capacity by a factor of 10. They're also working on fabrication process tweaks to boost speeds and reduce costs. DRC states that one group has mixed bricks with metal oxide nanoparticles to help clean out air emissions. Another has produced bricks that can conduct electricity by adding carbon nanomaterial electrodes. Electric car maker Tesla also builds roof tiles to generate solar power. While there is still a long way to go, the houses of the future may appear to be giant batteries that can power themselves with
Let's
ample
just stop
clean
it there.
energy.
So we've been saying all this time, guys, and you saw the video, if you've been around my channel for a while, the interview I did with Michelle Gibson and her work on motherboard Earth and the circuit board Earth and stuff. And we've been saying all this time that everything was brick because it was set up like a motherboard system. And the grid fried, just like a motherboard fries. There was an extreme heat event that fried the motherboard. This is why we have melted bricks everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's a really good one. Okay, so let me see here. Did I send you another one, Shapu, about the guy blowing some stuff up? Or you have some video too that we're going to show of them making different pyrotechnic stuff.
I want to just go back to with the ingredients we showed on the last volcano.
Yes.
That we did. And you want me to show it right now?
Yeah, we can go to that.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Because yeah.
You're good.
So can you see it?
Yeah, there it is. An artificial volcano.
Yeah. This is from a book from the 1808 of science, elements of science and art and natural chemistry. That's what it's called. And this is how to make an artificial volcano. This is what they say. We showed you on the last time.
Yeah, we got this information from over on a video called Observation Deck, and then we got the PDFs. Shapu downloaded them and has them right here, and it does talk about how they make artificial volcanoes and the ingredients you need to make it.
Yeah.
So here it says mix equal parts of pounded sulfur and iron filings, and have formed the whole into a paste with water, burying a quantity of it, 40 or 50 pounds, for example, at about a depth of a foot below the surface of the earth. In 10 or 12 hours afterwards, if the weather is warm, the earth will swell up. And I like to point this out. A lot of the volcanoes that they say are volcanoes swell up and have some kind of dome-looking thing before they burst out. And that's how they know that a volcano is getting ready to go off, because there's this swelling on top. They call it a dome. So the earth will swell up and burst. The flames will issue out, which is enlarged the aperture. It'll enlarge the aperture, scattering around a yellow, blackish dust. When you look at volcanoes, they scatter around a yellow, blackish dust. Volcanoes are synonymous with having sulfur residue around them.
Yeah.
It is not impossible that with the excuse me, I lost my place. It is not impossible that what is here seen in miniature can take place on a grand scale in volcanoes, as it is well known that they always furnish abundance of sulfur and metallic substances, guys.
So here you can see the components. They say it's sulfur, iron combined with water. Remember. And this is another one of these
Another
books.
book.
Yeah.
How to make an artificial earthquake or volcano. Guys, these are old books. This is 1700s.
Yeah.
And they can make artificial volcanoes and earthquakes. This helps them immensely with their narratives to convince us to see the world how they want us to see it.
And in this one, again, 20 pounds of iron fillings, as many of sulfur. You can put it how many you want of sulfur. Mix them up, the whole together with a little water. And then they say bury it 3 or 4 feet underground, this one. And we'll begin to eat up. And in a couple hours, the earth will begin to tremble and crack, and fire and smoke will burn through.
And it'll produce a true Etna for you. Okay, guys, they're telling you right there what they use to make these things.
Yeah.
And I've already shown you guys that Vesuvius has brick in it, and Pompeii was not destroyed by a volcanic explosion from Vesuvius. If Vesuvius is a building and not a volcano, and they're telling us it's a volcano, how many other things out there are actually buildings and not volcanoes? How many supposed natural events have they told us taken place that have killed people that weren't natural events?
Yeah. And here they say, if you put it in water, you create a water spout. And if you put it in the air, if you were in the clouds, the effect would be thunder and lightning.
And I'd like to also point it out that a lot of times when these supposed volcanoes go off and their cloud goes up into the atmosphere, is right there in that concentrated area, you start seeing lightning and you hear thunder.
Yeah, but I think it's what is projected out
Yes.
makes them electrostatic electricity against like the dome or the air and creates
That's right.
lightning. Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
And
So we have 81 people here. Welcome, everybody.
This one, where does it start? This one has a good quote somewhere. I think it's
Yeah, take your time. So Anthony says volcanoes are a lie. I agree with you 100%. From the research that I've done and the things that I've seen, and the dots we're connecting, volcanoes are a lie. And well, why would they keep these things going off? Well, they keep the space lie going 24/7, 7 days a week, 360 days a year, 365 days a year. So if they're going to waste their time faking space, it's nothing for them to fake volcanoes. They've had the concoction since the 1700s.
Yeah, here what they say, Jen. Again, the same type of powder they say, with made out of sufficient energy. They will not only produce the transit of the earth wave and the sound wave through the sea and air, but an accumulation that could make great sea waves.
There's your tsunamis. How many tsunamis? Yeah, I'm not even buying the tsunami scenario. No, I'm not saying a tsunami couldn't happen naturally. It certainly could. Wherever you have water, you could anything could happen to make that water be displaced. But these people, go ahead.
The last words is just displace us within our power of production, observation, and control.
Control and power and observation, guys. They control this shit. They want to be like the Most High. They want you to think that these are natural disasters that take place, when it's them actually creating it. And they get off on wiping people out. I mean, look at all the tsunamis. Look at the Japan tsunami. Look at the one in Indonesia and all this stuff. I mean, a lot of people lost their lives. They lost their livelihoods and everything. And we're starting to find out that all this stuff is fake and it's controlled. And, and this leads us right to volcanoes because they're fake as well.
And here again, sulfur and filings of irons, same process, grow hot, emits a flame, and I think this one can create earthquakes,
artificial earthquakes.
And this is where they talk about the volcanoes. I think the earthquake in part of the kingdom of Chile, they say they tried it or something.
So they were experimenting.
Yeah. Calabria is Azores. They compare it to the same earthquake and lava flows. And this is just the last of the books. Another quote: "Is it not possible to make an artificial earthquake?" But they compare earthquake and volcanoes as the same thing in these books.
Yeah, well, that says in the description of the last one we read that the earth would begin to shake, and then fire starts shooting out of the ground.
Yeah. And this, look, it is again sulfur, filing of irons, put them in with water, because in these mountains there's always water. Like we said, there's more water than lava. You bury it in the ground, and then the water turns into lava, looks like. And when the water is heated, it creates steam, and this steam is hydrogen and oxygen, the both things that can furnace fire to burn. And look, and they say, these experiments, we have a very natural account of the fire of Mount Etna, Vesuvius, and other volcanoes. These mixture of metallic and sulfur particles everywhere. You know, they say that these volcanoes have the same ingredients. And remember,
and they're mentioning Vesuvius and Etna there.
yeah. And look, I'm gonna show you what first, just what sulfur, when you burn sulfur, what it looks like. I don't need the sound here.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is just a rock of sulfur. It didn't take long, and just put the fire there. I used to do this kind of thing when I was a kid, and I just want to say a disclaimer: do not try this at home. When you burn sulfur, there's toxic gas, and the other one that I want to show, they kind of explode. So, just a disclaimer: don't try this. And you can actually see it looks exactly like lava.
It does. It sure does.
It's just only sulfur, you know.
Yeah, and then when you have the whole mixture together and, you know, these metal filing things and all this stuff on a massive scale. Look, guys, when the two towers in New York came down, they were quoted as saying that 3 weeks after that happened, there was still molten rivers of molten metal and stuff underneath flowing like a foundry, like lava, they said. That was just a small scale thing that happened there. And 3 weeks later, they still had molten stuff under there. I mean, imagine this on a massive scale.
Just, you can see it's create the same effect as a lava flow. Imagine if you got a whole mountain made of sulfur and you put fire to it, then this is what we'll get this, but
that's amazing, Shabu. Really good evidence.
This is just sulfur, but here I've got another one. This one is iron and sulfur. The same
iron and sulfur, guys. Now this is going to answer your questions about lava and stuff, okay? Because you guys were asking questions, and we're all trying to figure this out. This is definitely pointing us in the right direction here.
See, it's going to mix up iron and sulfur and light it up. I'm going to see the effect. Yeah. Okay. You see that you burning. This is the effect of iron and sulfur.
With the heat put to it.
Yeah, the heat put to it.
Wow.
There's not much sulfur. If you add more sulfur, you would have like a lava going out. You know,
yes, and on Vesuvius, you can see what looks like around the top rim part, a lot of this yellow residue. And somebody was mentioning to me, though, well, it's probably sulfur. Well, now we're seeing how sulfur fits into this volcanic narrative, guys.
And this one, it's ammonium.
Yes, Zulu, they could very well use thermite as well in some of this stuff. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, thermite is made with ammonium dichromate, or sometime, what's the other one?
Thermite and thermate are slightly different.
It's potassium nitrate.
Okay, potassium nitrate.
But on the other video, we're going to see what potassium nitrate does.
That looks like they set up a little volcano there.
Yeah, just rocks. Yeah, they just put rocks, and again, they have to make a fire to produce this effect.
Or they could drop a bomb in it, an incendiary.
Yes. But look how it creates some earth around.
Yes, it looks like it's flowing. Now, this is what you see in Hawaii. All this extra stuff pushing out, and they say it's making new land and stuff. And it's still forming and everything. Look at all this stuff being created out of this pile. There's your volcanoes, guys. Volcanoes don't exist. They're not real.
It's not
It's all
impossible to create, no. And we know there's no molten core, so what?
So their thermodynamics on their globe model with the molten core, reasoning for lava and magma moving around and all this stuff, it's all bullshit. It's just all bullshit. These are melted buildings, and they're using the volcano lie to hide more stuff.
And this is just an example on how iron can do these, what you see exploding from volcanoes, because this is pure oxygen and there's water. You know, they didn't put water in the mix. You know, in the recipe, there's always water, but look
Right.
here, there's the water. And when it hits the water, look what it does.
Wow.
This is just iron filings.
I'm going to send you this video that I wasn't able to play earlier.
Yep. And I've got one. This is what the potassium, is it the one? This one, yeah. You see, we just saw 2 videos that he had to put the fire to make it combust.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is glycerin, potassium permanganate. But if you take potassium nitrate, you get your one component away to thermite.
Gotcha.
But you're gonna see now, it doesn't even have to have fire in this one. There's a chemical reaction on itself. And this is the one, this is new products, not old that you can find on Earth. You need to refine it, but this is the one that looks more like a volcano to me. Because there's a lot of snow, there's an ash plume everywhere.
Right.
And it can burn.
Boom, baby. This is good stuff, Shabu. Oh, and I've been getting a lot of really good compliments about us two doing videos together and brainstorming together and presenting. So, yeah, I want to tell everybody I appreciate all the nice comments. Shabu and I do make a pretty good team, I must say.
Well, I really like doing videos with you, Jen. It beats being alone and doing it at home.
Slow motion. Here we go.
If you had iron fillings and shit, you would have like the explosion, the things popping up, and there's more sulfur would create even bigger volcano. And you can see it's exactly a volcano. And this one is just showing you that it can explode, makes an explosion. I don't know if I showed you this one. Because it just, he calls it yellow powder, but it's actually sulfur powder. But when it hits the...
Dude, faking volcanoes would be nothing for these people. It's so fucking easy to do.
In a grand scale, yeah.
On the grand scale, and they have the means to do it. They have their jackwagon volcanologist up there doing their stuff. Okay, they got planes and all kinds of stuff. They can get out to these remote locations and drop a fucking sulfur bomb down in one of these things and be like, oh, look, in the Canary Islands, there's 3 volcanoes going off.
And look where the heat is, Jen. It's coming from the bottom.
Of course, it's coming from the bottom. It's just like we say, guys.
And now look how it's going to shake when it explodes. And he said that he felt it in his...
he felt the tremor of that explosion,
yeah. This small explosion. So that's how they can make like earthquake too.
You're right, Juan. They make fake suns for God's sake, he says.
Jen, isn't you that you? They say they found like Mercury below, like what, the pyramid, or I heard you say.
I don't know if it's under the pyramids. There was a Chinese tomb that was in some type, like a pyramid-looking thing, and they said down in there that there was some a river of mercury that was supposed to outline the same river near where this guy was buried in China.
Like this one, mercury, thionate, decomposing with heat. What it's gonna do? Can see
So this
mercury.
is mercury with heat.
Yeah, mercury powder
Okay.
in a powder form.
All right. Let's see what it does.
And if you put it in a cave, it could have. If you put the other components and make like a volcano, and this hits the mercury in the cave, it could produce some special effects.
For sure.
Like what you call today maybe the beginning of a stalagmite or stalactite. Well, I got it. Just putting the powder, gonna light it up.
Wow. They just took one little light. That's all it took.
This chemical reaction can do a lot of different effects, and it's just putting heat to it, to different components that already are in the earth. And it just reacts with the sand and everything. And if you put liquid mercury on aluminum, it does the same effect. I don't know if you ever seen it, but
I don't think I saw the aluminum.
no. Probably show you. I don't have it right now, but it does the same kind of effect.
After this, show the video that I sent you. This thing is nuts.
Yeah.
Told you guys, class is now in session. If you are late, you're going to have to stay after school.
And you can see that these are the formation that you found in caves and everything.
Yep. I agree.
All right. Wait. So you send it in Messenger or?
Yeah, Facebook Messenger. Sorry. You'll have to probably mute out if you play the audio. He tells you what kind of components he uses to make this explosion type thing. And this reminded me a lot of what we were seeing on La Palma, is why I want to show this, because everybody was saying how it looked like it was a jet engine shooting out fire. How intense it was.
So you want to play this?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up guys? It is good to see you again. In today's video, we're getting crazy with chemical experiments. Now for this video, I was scrolling through the comments and I found this request from Spoon Capizzi, who says if you mix brake fluid and chlorine, the mixture will self-ignite. This is an experiment you may be familiar with by now, but I think the real request is to push the experiment to the boundaries and explain what's actually taking place. Now to get the chemicals we need for our experiment today, I made 2 quick pit stops. The first one was to a pool supply store to pick some of this fast dissolving shock treatment for swimming pools. And the second stop was to the auto parts store to pick up some .3 brake fluid. I'm reading the warning label, and funny enough, it doesn't say anywhere on here that you can't mix with pool chlorine. Does that mean we can't? Well, let me show you what happens if you do. You might have noticed on the bag of pool shock chlorine, it contains 73% calcium hypochlorite, so really high concentration of available chlorine. The brake fluid is a mixture of ethylene glycols, and when you mix these 2 chemicals together, a very interesting reaction occurs. Now, if we snip the end off of our
You can
pool chlorine,
speed it up just a little bit.
it's really just a granulated and get very, very far away for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now, once these 2 chemicals mix together, it doesn't really look like anything's happening. It's just sitting there. There's no smoke. There's no steam. It just sits there doing nothing. And we're over 1 minute and 20 seconds now, and nothing has really changed. But watch this. Bangarang, baby. Did you see that? It sat there for about 1 minute and 35 seconds, and it looked like it was doing absolutely nothing. It was completely calm, no smoke, and then just out of nowhere, boom, the whole thing combusts. A flame shoots up about 4 feet in the air, and then we get all this ash that bubbles up and spews over the edge. That was an epic reaction.
Let's just stop it there.
More of those, and then talk.
I'm just saying it gets all that ash and it bubbles up over the edges and stuff like that. And, you know, we just saw La Palma doing what it was doing recently, and then suddenly it just stopped. Like out of nowhere, all the molten lava and flames just went away and it stopped. I definitely think La Palma was engineered. It was not a natural event. I'm just saying that's my take on it after all the research that we've done. What do you think, Shabu? I think you're muted still. Let me get you unmuted here if I can do it. I don't think I can.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you probably do. And I found this one. I found interesting that we talked about how they could maybe ignite these volcanoes, you know.
Uh-huh.
And this guy he's got like a laser, big wattage laser that can eat stuff if you let it a long time, but he's gonna try to put a giant lens in front of it, and you'll see that this is just showing you how with the light what does it does.
And we were just showing the Fresnel lenses recently.
Yes, exactly. That's why I want to show you that.
And they have solar simulators now that is like a giant Fresnel lens, and they can easily just direct it at one of these things and pop it off.
And now he's got a laser with his just concentrated light through a lens. It's even more concentrated. This is, look, it's already burning because it's hot. It's a big concentrated laser, but if you just put it a lens, it's create like a even burn more. And you know how they use these like what you call dews?
Do weapons? Yeah, directed energy weapons.
If you ever see these weapons, it's look like this blue laser light when you see it too.
You're right, like Project Bluebeam.
Yes. And some showed that these were done with airships back in the day with these lights, but I don't even know. I didn't look into it. But if they could put light through a lens and concentrate it, they could burn a lot of things. And see, it burns wood pretty easily, and you can't even write anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So with the concentrated laser light, you can actually.
Okay, so listen, Shapu, I have got to run out and get my husband, but we still have a lot to get to. Do you think you can hold it down for about 15 minutes?
I don't have any more things to show right now.
Okay. All right. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a song on, but then it's going to just be a blank screen up here with my thumbnail for a little bit, guys. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be back in a little bit, but I have got to run out. My husband got done early tonight. I thought he was going to be a little bit longer. So, take a break. Come back in about 20 minutes. We should be back on screen, no problem. Hope to see you all back here. We have 86 people here right now, and I don't want to lose any because the meat of this whole thing and what we're going to get into is going to absolutely blow your mind because we have definite, I think, proof to show how we connect these fake volcanoes and the Tower of Babel looking buildings as well. So
wait till you're here to show this. So
yeah, we got to be here together for that, guys. I apologize. I have to go pick my husband up. I'm going to play a song, and then after that, it's going to be just sitting for a little bit. I'll be back in about 20 minutes at the most. I love you guys, and let me get this song ready here. All right, let's just get this up. Thank you, Shapu. I appreciate you understanding all this, being understanding. I didn't expect this to go down this way, but it did. Okay, let me put this song on, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts.
Biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories true without checking facts first. Unfortunately,
because of you, we're in this mess. Forever
be deceived. Whatever they tell you, you believe. Dead of sight, dead of mind, news believer, you are blind. Critical thinker, you are not. Never independent thought. Boxing to your paradigm. Hypnotized with pantomime. Regurgitating all you hear. Spread your terror, spread your fear. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boon of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the kings know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Inject your poison where your mask. All they have to do is ask. Never questioning authority. Blindly following like sheep. Yes sir, no sir, free backs full. You television watching fool. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boon of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the kings know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. Extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy. In their world forever locked. Into their world forever boxed. Reality you leave behind. A prisoner of your own mind. Forever you will be deceived. Never ever to be free. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boon of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the kings know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. Never your mind to be free. Never your eyes will ever see. Lick the boon of tyranny, begging for your slavery. They who have remote control, the kings know your very soul. Salute to the great deceiver, television watching news believer. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
No, I can still talk. I couldn't put nothing, so I'll go on break 2, I guess. We can say things in the chat. But I have a coffee brewing, so probably get up in not so long. Thank you guys for all the good comments. You can see the chat. I don't always look at the chat when I do these live shows because I have to look at the side and it really breaks my neck. But sometimes it's worth it. Yeah, thanks, Juan. Try to find new stuff. I'm learning as well as you. So yeah, playing it tune. I could actually, but maybe not really. Singing and it's off my range. You don't want to hear me sing. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Aurora. Yeah. Yes, Bill. It's you lost your train of thought if you start reading. So yeah, that's why I try to not look at it too much, because you come back and you don't know where you were before. So yeah. That's right, one. That's what we're doing here. So trying to put stuff together, try to figure out this place. It's nothing is like we've been taught, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. Once for some people it's the flat earth that started, and some say it's the other thing, but I've known from flat earth from a long time. So even when I was young, telling people what what the shape you believe this, you can't. I never believed like in space, and the first time I saw like the moon landing, I was, what, people believe this shit? It's just crazy. And I was like 10 years old. And we used to have these books about the moon that they were going to build some buildings in like 2010 on the moon, and it's always made me laugh, but all the other kids found it fascinating. And I guess it wasn't for me, but I always like science fiction. Oh yes, the first show. It's on. Is it on? I don't think Jen even has got it. It's on Rockfin. Yeah, the crystal. Yeah, I just thought of this place like being, if it's all melted and compressed, it must be like crystal. And I searched like the surface of crystals under microscope, and wow, it's the same structures of mountains and everywhere. So we really live on a big crystal. Yeah. And they say it that most of this place is like quartz is the component that you can mostly find everywhere in everything. Yeah. And quartz, it's piezoelectric. If you compress it, it creates a charge, and it can store information. So it's pretty interesting, these crystals and precious stones too. Yeah. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, it's been a long time for me that when I know that this place it's not what it is. But growing up, sometimes you you think you're crazy because nobody else sees it, and can really get to you. But once you're over it and you find yourself, it's nothing anymore, but can be really tough for people. Yeah. The truth is a virus. Yeah. If a real virus could spread, yeah. But I know what you mean. Yeah. I'll just come back. I'll go get my coffee and I'll come back. Hi, Deborah. Did Jen came back? Yeah, Deb, we're on a break. We're waiting for Jen. She will be back in not long. I'm just drinking my coffee and just freestyling some notes. Yeah, they're giving them for free. Nice. Yeah, thanks. I'm just playing for fun. Just waiting. I could put music, but I think through the mic would have too much feedback. Hey, Morgan. Yeah, I know you're playing too. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Ian. Yeah. Must be late where you are. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. For a long time, I didn't like to learn any song because I wanted to like learn how to play like freestyle guitar, but as you go, when you learn new song, you learn like new notes and can combine them with some that you made up. So it's a good combination. Well, Anthony, I don't even know what you're talking about, so it's okay. Thank you. It's maybe for the poo in a poo, but it's in my name, so I don't know. It's can make fun of me. Yeah, when you know all the basic chords like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's can combine them, and I even found some funny combination like if you know the G, it's like it's for the sun, it's Sol, and the D, you know, it's another vitamin that the sun gives, and the C they say that this is the vitamin of the sun. If you combine the three that goes together, it makes always some nice sounds.
Dude, you're playing. That's cool.
Well, I was talking to the chat and playing some.
Oh, you're awesome, dude. I love you. Thank you for keeping it fresh for me. I had to dodge all kinds of cops to get back here, man. There's ambulances flying around out there, cops flying around everywhere. And I'm like, going fast and then going slow, and then going fast and then going slow. And I'm like, I can't believe I have to leave the stream like this. So thank you so much for holding it down. I really appreciate you, buddy.
Okay. I had time to go make a coffee, talk a little bit to the people in the chat.
Okay, so you were in the screen share, and we're gonna get into some really interesting pictures that Shapu came up with. But before we get into those interesting pictures, Shapu, do you have the new folder with the new ARC pictures in it?
Yeah, yes, I have a folder of the arcs.
All right, because I know you had a lot of newer pictures that we hadn't gotten to show anybody yet.
Yes.
Just wanted to show them. Hey, Aurora Dawn. I wanted to show everybody the new pics. If you're late to the game on the ARC thing, you'll have to go back and watch our videos. Go back a month into my live streams and start there with Antarctica and the giant ships in the Great War.
Yeah, Deborah too has joined.
Who has?
Deborah, the red brick chick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's going to be on next week with me from Australia.
Yeah, and you said you wanted me to...
You're going to join us with that too. Yes, I told her that I was going to invite you on if she was cool with that. Of course she was. She loves you.
Yeah, I love her too. She makes great videos.
Yes, she does. She's got a really good camera on her phone or however she's recording it, man. Amazing stuff out there.
I'm just searching for my folder right now.
Yeah, it's no problem. No problem. We have 53 people here. When I left, I think we were around 83, 84, something like that. People will come back around. So take your time. I'm not in a hurry now.
You did fast. You did fast. It came up. Thought it would be longer. So, where did I put my...
Why is this person here? I'm just curious. Isabella 2.0. I don't even know why you're here. Just saying. I don't even know why you're here. Just putting that out there.
Well, I don't know what's
It's okay. Take your time. Got DJ in the house. Heather Phillips here. Aurora Dawn. HB Health and such. Morgan, Anthony Walsh, Chainsaw Cat, what's up? Ian's here. Deborah Red Brick Chick, there she is. Whoop, whoop. There she is. There we go. So we're going to refresh. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just want to say that this is not all. This is just a picture, a folder with all big giant ships. Not all arcs. I just want to point it, but don't know if you can see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay. So this one I just found out it too. Look, it has looks like it's a steamboat. This one.
Oh yeah, look at that. You're right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, really. But you can see the same shape, same color.
And it looks like they're getting ready to turn it into an arc maybe or something here.
Maybe. There's only one sail.
Huh.
Because they're steam powered, you know.
And they're always black and white, these ships, guys. It's really strange. It doesn't matter what country it is. They're always black and white, these ships. Oh, yeah, this is one of the newer ones.
Yes.
Black and white. No sails. Just like Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen this one yet.
And it's a hospital ship, they say. You know, that when we first look at this stuff, they were only like prison ships.
Oh yeah, first they were prison ships, you know, that now they're hospital ships and quarantine ships and all this stuff. Now, did they repurpose these things after the reset when they didn't need them anymore? Quite possibly. But they're looking more and more like Noah's Arks, and we know what Noah's Ark was for. It was to save people and animals from a deluge, from an X Factor event.
But they have, you know, they have these big giant buildings empty. Why don't they use, you know, they have like these schools on big buildings, like 20 stories building and maybe 200 rooms or more.
Exactly. So I think that these are historical narratives that they're given these things for an excuse of why they were around.
Yeah, and this one, look, it's smallpox. They put people with smallpox, but we know how they get smallpox. It's somebody that gave them to the people.
Exactly. Smallpox is just as non-natural as volcanoes, guys. I'm just saying.
Yes. Your body's made to fight everything off, but if somebody deprives you of your ability to heal yourself, well, you will get sick.
I have not seen the new FEMA barges. No, I have not. I'll check it out, though.
Yeah. Look, one arc ship that is crashed or
it ran aground.
Yeah.
Wow. Again, they're always black and white. Even when you see the ships with the sails, it doesn't matter what country it is, whatever. I guess they all had the same ship-making company.
Look, this one, they call it the training ship, but now they're burning it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, they have all these steamboats now. They don't need this one, so. Jen?
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. That's a new one.
Yeah, most of the one on top would be the new ones. And again, you've got.
What are they standing on there? Is that an ironclad?
Yes.
Oh my.
The ironclad is sinking, but not the wooden one.
Wow.
It looks like it's Tsar Nicholas or something.
Oh, it does look like Nicholas. The three cousins. We got England, Germany, and Russia. The three cousins that ruled the world after the X Factor event.
Yeah, they explain in the movie. They explain it well.
Yeah, in the movie called The Kingsman, the new movie out, is everything that we already covered in the Imperial Crown of Russia live stream that Shapu and I did a few weeks back, maybe like a month ago now.
They even bring a Fabergé egg to the guy. Did you see it?
Oh, yes, I saw the Fabergé egg in there. Yes, and we covered the Fabergé eggs as well. You did an amazing presentation on that, Chapeau.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking a lot like Noah's Ark there.
Yeah, and the one scene that it doesn't have to be there when they sink the giant ironclad. It has no reason to be there. They have to show it to you.
Right.
We never saw these ships before, but now it's in the movie.
Exactly. And it's the same one that we showed that came from France. Do you remember that giant one that was city size?
Oh, yes.
And we were like, how the hell did they bust this thing out? It would have took years and years just to design it, let alone get it to start building it. You have to smelt all the metal, all this stuff. This picture here is a good one.
Yeah, this is one you found, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just not just one arc. It's rows of them, guys. Can we zoom in on that one? How far down they go? Like just kind of.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you can see it good there. These are supposed to be Russian ones. See how they're all black and white, guys? If you look at the England ones, if you look at Spain, France, Italy ships, they're all like this, black and white.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can tell each other apart. Oh, well, it's flags. They had flags. I get the flag thing, but geez.
Yeah, and this one is blurry, but you can see.
It looks like Noah's Ark, guys. Were they using these things to move people around after the reset to new locations for a new historical narrative? We already know about the orphan trains.
Yeah. Again, same one.
So why we're showing you these arcs and refreshing your memory about this is because a lot of the paintings and etchings that we were seeing had arcs in them, and especially the stuff with the Oddfellow artwork and stuff. Just like the Masonic drawings, the Oddfellows have their drawings as well. And in all their drawings, they have an arc with their emblem of a heart and an anchor right where the ark is. And it's supposed to be Noah's Ark, but yet they all look like this, just like this, with skylights on them and everything. That's a really good one, Chapu.
You have the two sizes. You have a really big one, and there's a half size.
A smaller one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And we didn't even saw these the first time we searched for it. I searched for 2 days for these pictures. And
now you might say to yourself, guys, why are they showing us these arcs when we're talking about volcanoes? You're going to see why in just a little bit, okay? Because it's all going to tie in together. And like I said before, when you're in line with truth, the truth finds you. And when Chapu showed me what he found last night, or the night before last, we were blown away. I mean, I was like, holy crap.
how do you move these things, you know? It's,
and it's got the skylights on it. See the skylights going across it? Remember we had that one etching of that Masonic etching where the guys are chiseling some stuff out on land, and right off in the water is an arc with the skylights, just like that.
yes. See this one is a steamboat. They don't always show you this.
Yeah, they sure don't. Wow. Now, what's that right there in the front near that guy? Is that a sound cannon? What is that stuff?
Yeah, they say it's a grape shot for planes, but I don't know.
Wow.
I wasn't
I gotcha.
there. That's what I heard.
It looks like those sound cannons we saw in that etching.
Yes, it could be sound cannons. You know, I never saw anyone shoot one of these cannons, so I can only say what the story that they told us.
Yeah, the narrative. The fucking narrative.
And this one is funny because you can see these giant iron ships with these wooden one. You see,
Yes.
like the warship, the giant warship, and these no sails ship again in the middle of
in the middle. Yeah, that one in the middle there definitely looks like one of the arcs. But again, they're all black and white. I'm just not saying the picture's black and white. The ships have black and white on them.
Yeah. And when you look into the story of them, they don't tell you that they are steamboats. You know. They show you 100 years later, this one 1805, and this one 1906. So this is the technology that they changed in 100 years.
But electricity, they didn't have full going electricity until like 1860s.
Yeah.
And then you have this big, massive steel-hulled ship by 1904. Is that what it says?
1906.
06?
Yeah. Well, 2 years.
Right.
They changed it.
Well, I mean, look at us now. In 2 years, we can, our technology's like running rampant within 2 years. But back then, things were slower, guys. It wasn't like, okay, electricity's invented. Now we have extension cords. Now we have steel-hulled ships within the span of 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I've been saying it for 10 years now that technology is nothing. They don't invent anything anymore. They just change things to smaller or bigger. They don't invent anything new. The last thing was the Velcro,
Oh, right.
The last useful thing. Yeah, that's what I say.
So these are 3 arcs lined up right here. You can see how massive these ships are, carrying massive amounts of people to new locations. And then they give it a historical narrative saying they use these things for training vessels and stuff.
This one is for housing the colonial infantry, the 8th colonial.
Like an infantry or something? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's for housing the 8th colonial, the infantry of the I don't know if it's Navy. I guess it's Navy. And I don't think you saw these ones.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't remember seeing it like that. Look at how the top is covered, just like the arcs are always covered. If you have 40 days of rain, you're going to want your ship to be covered on top.
See, it actually holds. And they made these ships in the 1800s.
Wow, look at that thing.
Big.
That's just crazy looking. I could look at these things all day long.
There's another one back there.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in that picture.
And again, the same one I just saw. But look, there's a one in the back row.
There's yeah, rows and rows of these things, guys. They're popping up everywhere. Wait till you see what we got coming up here. You're going to freak out.
Just another one that is dead, but there's a Tesla tower.
Oh, that looks like Blackpool. It is. It's Blackpool, England. Look at that, guys. Wow. Really good.
Another one.
Oh, look at this one.
Big front end.
Wow.
So one of these smaller ones, but still big. Looks kind of Viking-ish if they were real.
Black and white still, yeah. With the white line in it.
And the one with these big warships behind.
That's incredible. Look at that. You can see the A-frame up top, the covering. It looks like kind of like our modern day cruise ships in a way.
Yes. But they were for prisoners, so. Are you a prisoner on a cruise ship, I guess? Look,
Vividness says infantry. That's a strange thing to call it. Infantry.
Yeah. The story, you know the story why they called it infantry? Because they say that they used to put the children in front so the others wouldn't shoot the children.
Infantry, there you go.
Yeah. So where are the sails for this? There's nowhere.
And again, you can see the skylights up top. And remember that etching that we just were talking about? Maybe we can bring up that etching if we can find it. Where you see what looks like an ark, Noah's Ark, with the skylights on top. Wow, look at
these. These are massive ships.
It's incredible.
And look, it's a English ship, but you put like a Tartarian king in front.
Oh my gosh, look at that thing. Yeah, he's got like a turban on. And there's one in the background there too.
Yes, another one here. Didn't even see it.
It's really good stuff, Shapu.
Again, a row of 3 of them.
Oh yeah, they're all lined up. I see it.
Always got these really tall masts for the St. Elmo's fire effect. If
It would make
nobody's
sense. It would make sense. Wow, that's a giant Noah's Ark right there. Look at that thing.
yeah,
That's a big one.
it's in the port.
It's an
Resting in
odd
the port.
fellow ark is what it is. These odd fellows, they're everywhere with their burying the dead and educating the orphans.
Yeah, just another branch of the masonry.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Again, the 2 you can see the metal ones and a wooden one. That's one of the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
But again, then they're like transferring stuff, but these are not supposed to move.
Anthony says amazing. I agree.
But this one I just showed. This one I don't think you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You can see this. Don't know if it's for the steam engine or for the heating, but
Right.
yeah, there's already have these. So
I wonder what those are.
no, I don't know, because if you look at plans for them, they don't have any engines. This is just a painting of some. And they got British flags and France and another one, so I don't know. Another one, I don't know
A
even
little
know.
bit of both. They don't even know which it is. Maybe they had people from all these different places on this boat and they were moving them around.
Yeah, probably. But here you can see that there's some smoke. Don't know if it there.
Coming out like Vesuvius.
Yeah. Probably here. Look, smoking back there.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it back there smoking on the land.
And this is just some other ships. There's no arc in these ones.
And they're all black and white, guys. You see the line on them? They're all black and white.
This is what San Francisco.
Population vessels. Yes, no despair bear. That's exactly what it is. This is what Noah's Ark was. It was taking the people and the animals to safe locations.
And this one's still there today. You can, I think you can, it's a restaurant now. You can go inside. This is just a small
And
one.
it still has its skylights on top too. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they put newer ones in, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Skylights and stuff.
Yeah, another one that just beached. It's really small. I couldn't find another picture of it, but it's in modern day. Look at this bridge.
Right. Look at that, guys. What's that bridge doing there? That's nuts. So the waters, it looks like the waters receded and it got stuck right there. And they just are getting off. They're like, we're here. We've arrived.
Another small one. And they are all over the place. This one is Aberdeen. And
Yeah, we even showed them. We even showed them in China as well.
Yeah, China and
Same black and white ships.
not Dubai. What is it called again? Oh, when I'll see it, I'll remember.
Mm-hmm.
But look, this is the one that was beached with the bridge. Like, people are like, what is this shit?
Yeah, let's zoom in on this.
You see how small they are?
Oh my gosh. This is crazy. It's a pretty modern looking bridge.
Yeah. Probably in early 1900s. Later.
Yes, you're right, Juan. Taking people to clean up the inheritors and stuff. Reset people coming in,
There's
populating these places.
more. Again, the same. Other people come to see it. Look how small they are.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And they probably just burned this shit today.
It's HB says you believe there was a first great melt event and then also mud flood with the arcs. Well, if the last reset, wow, look at
Mud.
that thing.
Yeah, this is exactly an arc. I think it was built like later or something. I don't know.
So say the last reset had a great meltdown event that took place, and then some kind of cooling event took place after that, say the Great Flood, which would come in and cool everything down, but it would also bring in a lot of mud and ash with it that's going to cover up certain areas and stuff like that. I think all of it is a result of the X Factor event. Now, there was many X Factor events, and if there were, some of them may have been worse than others, but I think that they know when these things are going to happen, and they piggyback these events. This is why they're able to get ahead of the situation after the reset and come out the rulers of us on the other side of it, steering the narrative and creating a false history.
Yes.
Wow, look at this stuff.
A real false history. Because these Iron Cross guy that created like the one today, like the Queen of England, they're all descendants of these guys, and they're the one that made the stories. The Romans and the Greeks.
Mm-hmm. Look at that one. Wow.
Yeah, this looks more like a houseboat.
It does.
Than a prison boat or anything else.
That one's one of my favorites right there.
One?
I like that one, yeah.
Yeah,
We showed that one, a bigger one, picture of it on one of our streams.
Yeah, I think I got it there later. And this one, we called it for the veterans,
Oh, this is a veteran ship?
Yeah, this is one is for veteran ships.
Nice.
Yeah. So they gave designation just like the buildings, like anything, it's a post office or a municipal building, but these are, look at this one,
Oh, come on, guys. Look at this. It looks just like what you would call Noah's Ark.
Yeah. There's this one, really small.
Wow, that's a big one. Is that two of them?
I think it's just one.
Oh my God, that's one. That's big.
This one is a steam one.
That's incredible. Boom, baby. Fervent Heat says, pay attention to the port structures around these pics. Evidence everywhere. Yes, sir.
Another one sinking.
Eagle Eye crew right there. I'm going to have Spartan Red on again soon, guys, too. Probably sometime after I have Deborah on, Deborah the Red Brick Chick. I talked to Spartan the other day, and we're going to set up a show together.
Nice. This one is really small, but you can see these. There's a big one.
Wow.
Smaller one.
So do you want to get into some of the etchings and pictures that we were talking about that we're going to bring up?
Yes. Yes. I'll just scan. You can see one. This one.
It's really far back there, but yeah, you can see it. When you pay attention and you're doing research, you look at these pictures under a magnifying glass, guys, you will find them hiding in the background of these photos and paintings and pictures and stuff. And wait till you see what we found here.
I was talking about, it's two names because of the two cities. What is it again? Budapest. Yes.
Oh yeah,
This one's Budapest.
Istanbul,
Yeah, Istanbul or Budapest because it's the same place.
because they
'Cause this
changed
is,
the names.
yeah, this is Buda this side, and this is Pest or the other way around. I'm not sure, but now it's what you said. The same place. It's it has the same. Yep. But this place got destroyed too, and I don't know by who, but
We'll
I
zoom
can
in
see
on
that
that one. I think we showed this one before. Let's zoom in on that.
this
Yeah, you
one
can
is
see
in Indonesia.
there's
This
like
one?
3 of them lined up, 4 of them. Look, there's a couple in the front. Yeah, all the way down the line. And you can see them even all the way out there. There's one. Yeah, that's crazy. So they just line up, get the people off,
There's one here.
repopulate,
Yep.
redesignate, clean up, new narrative.
They either take the population from here to another place or bring in there. We don't really know.
Yeah, vice versa.
Yeah, because we know that in the 18 there was a lot of Chinese in the South in America and Indonesians.
Oh, that's that picture I showed with the one hidden in the back there.
Yeah, and the one here that I.
Yeah, yes. And I was using a magnifying glass to look at these pictures. It was like 3-4 hours straight of nothing but black and white pictures of bays and different areas and etchings of just random bays and with ships and stuff. And I would go through and look at everyone and find them. I'd be like, Shabu, look what I found.
Yes.
Okay, this is it. This is the one I wanted to get to. Guys, you just saw all the ships that we showed you with the skylights, okay? Now, in this depiction here, you have what looks like a Noah's Ark out there with skylights on it. Yep. I love this one. That's a good one.
And a lot of people coming from somewhere.
Yeah, clearly they're coming from the ship. They're not getting on the ship because they would be facing the other way.
Yeah. Yes.
And they're all dressed the same. But they just let a bunch of prisoners loose, or did the people with smallpox, they just got all better suddenly and they let them off.
Yeah. And this one is saluting, but who the fuck is that?
There's always the top hat guy there.
Yeah, they have something to do.
That's probably the Romanovs.
Yeah.
All right, this is a really good one. Let's zoom in on this.
Yeah, this one that you found. Yeah.
Here we have what looks to be an actual photo of a whole line of arcs lined up. You tell me, does that look like Noah's Ark or does it not look like Noah's Ark? Because, I mean, just wow. How many's lined up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 right here, at least.
Yeah.
And you can see how they're all covered, guys, just like Noah's Ark.
Yeah. And this one that you found too.
That one is in China, I believe. So they were everywhere, guys. And China's narrative was not written out until the mid-1800s, right, Shapu? There was a guy who went over there and did all their history and wrote it all out. I think it was in the 1800s.
China?
Yeah.
A little bit before.
Like
Japan, yeah. They are not that old in our history. No. But, everywhere where England went and took control, you know that there's something suspect about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's click on the Noah's Ark picture.
Yeah, that's why I put them there.
Okay. So if you look at even that one looks a lot like the ships that were all lined up. Let's go back to the picture where they're all lined up. It's a black and white photo we were just looking at right here. Let's scroll in on that. Guys, take a really good look here. Okay. We're connecting dots here. Just saying. Take a good look at this. And then we're going to show you Noah's Ark. Okay. The story that was presented to you in a childlike manner when you were very young, that there was only one of these and they stuck a bunch of animal and 8 peoples on it. And that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there it is.
Exactly the same.
Again, with even go back to that last one you just had up.
This one?
Yeah, go back to that last one.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, so even I think it's this one, but even see how the front of it comes out and it looks like you could have like that statue head on the front of it.
Yeah.
Go, yeah, click on that one. You have your arrow on right there. You can see it there. See how it looks like there would be like a head, or like we saw on the other ships where it looks like they have the man or the woman up there up front. Even the Noah's Ark here depiction has something like that.
Yeah.
And it also has the A-frame roof, and a lot of them are depicted with skylights as well.
Yeah, not this one. This one looks like it's made out of hay. I don't know. Not even looks like wood. But you wanted to go see the etchings?
Yes.
That I sent you last night?
Yes. Okay. So now we're going to tie all this in, guys, to our fake volcanoes. And we've been saying that these volcanoes were most likely some type of towers or buildings that are now being called volcanoes. Now, we saw the Tower of Babel depictions of the Tower of Babel with smoke coming out of it. I want you to keep that in mind because we're going to see some interesting stuff here.
Yeah, I think I put it in the same folder, but it's slower.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time.
Because they're in order that I found these pictures, but this one. This one, Jen?
Yes. Okay, guys. So let's just start with
What's good?
No, you're good. You're good. Let's scroll in on this lady and see what's going on here. Okay, because on either side of her, you have something very interesting. We have a bunch of arcs lined up right there. Now, we just showed you all the arcs. Now, what is this painting from? This is the 1700s or something?
Yes, I don't remember. I
thought you said
you
1780 or something like that.
Yes, I think so.
Somewhere around that time frame. So you have at least 3 arcs lined up right there, possibly a 4th one maybe in the background. I'm not sure, but definitely 3 right there. But if we scroll over to the other side of the picture, what do we see here? We see what looks like what we would call today a volcano. But it's odd looking, isn't it? It almost looks like it has structure to it, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. And what's this really modern looking building on the other side of it, by the way? Because that doesn't look like anything that you would see in the 1800s. That looks like something you would see on your way to Safeway.
Yeah. All these brokens, what they call cannons.
Right. So they got all the broken cannons and all the swords and stuff all broken. Yeah. I guess she's going to bury this stuff.
There's like a dove.
The dove of peace, yeah.
And I don't know what she's doing with the shovel. Is she digging up mud or putting people to rest?
So here in this one painting, we have arcs and we have a building that looks like it's shooting out fire and smoke, or at least smoke. Okay, you can see the smoke billowing out of it. Shapu, can you circle the smoke? Put your cursor there around the smoke, the billowing smoke. Right. Okay, now we've shown you pictures and drawings of the Tower of Babel and how it is depicted as a tower that is incomplete, maybe in some pictures, and complete in others that have smoke billowing out of it. I've likened Vesuvius and what I found at Vesuvius to be a Tower of Babel-like type of structure. I'm not saying it is the Tower of Babel. What I'm saying is that these towers, I think, were all over. There wasn't just one, and there wasn't just one arc. That's where they screw the story up and give you that narrative. Well, there was just one arc. Well, look what we've shown you guys. There's arcs fucking everywhere in these pictures and paintings. There wasn't just one Tower of Babel. These towers were all over the place, and they had some type of functionality to this grid system. All right, let's go to that next picture you have of the, it's similar to this one.
No, now I got the.
Oh, I think you just passed it.
Yeah, it's not far away.
Okay. So, yeah. I mean, you can't deny that thing in the background there. It's clearly, it's not a volcano because you can see structure to it. But yet it had smoke coming out of it, right? And then on the other side of her, you have 3 arcs that are lined up.
Did I change this?
Oh, there it is.
This
All
one?
right. We're going to scroll in on this picture because this seems to be the same picture almost, but kind of in reverse.
1798, they said.
1798. Let's scroll in and see what we see. Wow, look at that. There's an arc with a flag that looks like it has an iron cross on it.
Yes.
And on the other side of her is, what is that? Is that a volcano? Well, wait, it looks like it has structure. So it can't be a volcano. What is that, the Tower of Babel? What would that be doing there in 1798? Gee, I don't know. Maybe these things that we're calling volcanoes are actually towers. Boom, baby. Stick that in your fucking pipe and smoke it, you fat ass. Just saying. You can't touch this shit. We are next level, bitches. All day long. All day long. Shapu found this shit.
And this one is a pyramid. But I found one that was really interesting, and it's gonna be like for the next show. Did you ever see this? Like
I have not seen this one. But I need you, when you're done with this picture, to go back to the one we were just on that I was just saying boom baby to. Oh, look at this.
You know what? Look what they say, Bello, the Roman goddess of war. But
she's wearing red, white, and blue, and
yeah,
okay.
She's in America. It's in the U.S. Capitol. This painting.
Very interesting. All right, so Hippie Shake, I think, said something like a chimney, maybe. Let me go back to see her comment here. Where the heck did it go? Chimney, I think. I'm not sure if you're referring to this particular picture or not. Let's zoom back in on it. That doesn't look like a chimney to me. I'm just saying, to me, it doesn't look like a chimney. If it looks like a chimney to you, then that's fine. But for me, that's not a fucking chimney. That looks like a fucking tower. Like a tower, like Babel.
Well, this thing, it could be like a huge brick kiln, but it's fire from under, so could be.
And it's shooting out the top, just like what we call volcanoes today, guys.
Yes.
So there's that. Incredible stuff right here. I'm just blown away.
Yes.
So we got more to look at.
Well, we got to look at a lot of things. And go through much stuff.
You like that fervent heat?
You see, you represent like a Roman warrior, but they always have these cannons. And Romans not supposed to have cannons.
This is true. What are they doing with cannons, guys? When you really start poking around in the historical narrative, and then you start tearing this shit down, and you find the holes everywhere.
Yeah. And you can have these places that were all destroyed.
That's got a lot of stuff going on underground.
Yeah. I don't know what you.
It's all melted around the side too. Wow.
I have.
Do you have any of the Oddfellow etchings at all? Ernie thought he's just passed one down there somewhere.
Yes, I can find it really easy. Yeah, Oddfellows or Masons, I guess both are good. No, I've put it in the Masons.
So we're going to look at some of the Oddfellow artwork and see what we can see here. What is that in the background, all that fire?
This is just a Mason depiction of what the story they tell you.
Interesting.
can decipher a lot of different
I
things.
set off some of their sulfur bombs over there.
Yeah, with electricity and city
I mean, look at
display.
it. It looks like a city that's on fire, like burning down like a volcano or something.
Yeah, it does.
This is what I'm saying. Look, you can see the stuff crumbling in. This is probably what Vesuvius kind of looked like too. And then you find the remains of those buildings on the side of it in the photos that I showed.
Yeah. But
Okay, here we go. Now, I think there's an arc in this picture somewhere, isn't there?
possibly.
So the all-seeing eye in the center is
My lighting.
Polaris. All right, guys. Yeah, can we zoom in? There you go. There's one of the arcs right there. The Oddfellow arcs looks just like all the other ones we just showed you.
The Tower of Babel.
And then the Tower of Babel looking thing right there, which looks like very similar to what we just showed you in that other picture with the lady.
And there's so much stuff in these depiction.
Again, the all-seeing eye is not the eye of Lucifer. It's Polaris. And they have an eyeball there because I feel like they're keeping an eye on Polaris because Polaris will tell them when the next pole shift is coming. And I don't mean a pole shift on a globe. I mean an electromagnetic plasma event that takes place between Polaris and the inner sun of our plane.
Yeah, that's this one you cannot see below, but there's 3 lights. Yep. Moon is here, the sun, and this is not the sun. I want to tell you that it's like a sun, but it's not.
That's right.
Even in here, sun and moon.
So Polaris is very important to them, and they want us to think that it's the all-seeing eye of Lucifer, but I think they're the ones who are keeping an eye on it. That's what you need to watch for. And there's an arc right there. Let's zoom in on that one, because they're telling you when the pole shifts, you're going to need these arcs. You're going to need to move people around. There's going to be flooding that's going to take place.
Yeah. This is where we live. With the death and Polaris giving the star right on the dome.
Mm-hmm.
This is how they taught the first people that came here, and then these people taught all the children.
And again, they use symbols. They don't use like written language. They're all symbols, like you see in Egypt, the hieroglyphs and stuff.
Words can easily be changed and misunderstood, but a picture, it has 1,000 words.
That's right.
Look, this one, I don't think you've seen it.
Is that an arc there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is. Look, guys, do you see the A-frame roof on top? Well, we just showed you a whole bunch of them with the A-frame roofs going across it and the skylights.
And it's on the pillars. Masonic handshake, and what I'm telling you, that hearts are bleeding, and when the hearts are bleeding too much, well, this event's it's been created.
And we're heading towards that, guys. We're in a time now where the wolf is dwelling with the lamb. We are in times of turmoil, and this will probably, escalate more prior to as the X Factor event draws near.
Yeah.
Could we be completely wrong? Sure, we could be completely wrong. Do I feel like we're completely wrong? No, I don't. We gotta find those Oddfellow ones.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. So the Oddfellows are known for burying the dead after the reset and educating the orphans with the new narrative. And they're burying the dead parents of the orphans.
Where is it? The Oddfellow one.
The Oddfellows have their own emblem, which is a heart inside of a palm of a hand, and the anchor. That's their 2 main symbols for the Oddfellow, and
The three
and we
rings. Yeah.
and the 3 rings. And we also see with the arcs in these pictures that they have on their Oddfellow stuff, they have
Where is it?
the heart and the anchor with the arc, which is telling you, if you have half a fucking brain, that they're the ones who are in charge of these arcs. Okay.
Yeah, I know the picture that you're mentioning right now. So this one.
Well, there's an arc in that one too, though. We can scroll in on that one for a second. There might be skylights on this one too. Not too many skylights on this one, but yeah, you can see it. The shape of the
Burning building, an arc, and the 3 kings. That were the three civilization that they destroyed or hid from our history.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting with the burning buildings because that could symbolize, the melting bricks and stuff. I'm sure things would look like they were on fire as they were melting away too.
Yes.
I could be wrong about that, but I'm just saying. We got the X Factor arc, and we have something that looks X Factor-ish there burning a town down.
This thing. But didn't think it was so low.
It's okay. Don't feel pressured or nothing. You're doing good. Realize says there's an old Oddfellow lodge in my town. The L looks like a 1, so it reads 100 F, like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Very sneaky. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. Just try and get a picture of that if you can.
You can see again the Tower of Babel and the Ark.
All right, hang on. Let's zoom in on this. Look at this, guys. Look at the Ark, and then there's the Tower of fucking Babel right there.
Burning heart. But I think I'm close.
Very interesting artwork. It tells so much once you realize what you're looking at, and that the historical narrative is nothing but one big lie. You can start to better understand these different symbols and depictions.
Was it in the Oddfellows?
You're right, Juan. They're in charge of all the narratives.
Maybe I didn't open the right folder. Yeah, I think it was in the other one.
I know you have so many folders of pictures. It's crazy.
I know.
I don't even know how you keep track of them. I'm going to pack my bowl. I'll be right back. Give you a minute there.
It's a lot of classing. But I have a semi-photographic memory. If I've seen it, I can remember where it is. But I'm talking about
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's look at this. Yeah, you're getting close to these pictures. So this is the Oddfellow symbols, where it says there on the ribbon where they're burying the dead and educating the orphans.
Yeah.
It also looks like there's a fasci there bundled up on top of the Bible. And he has the heart in his hand, which this is their kind of like their logo, this red heart with the hand.
the child here, and I don't know what's going on in this picture.
Yeah, so what they're doing is looks like they're trying, and they look like little Roman soldiers too, these guys. I'm just saying, they look like Roman soldiers, but it looks like they're trying to hide from this kid and play with him and then scoop him up. And what? Because he's a little orphan running around. They got to re-educate this little guy.
Well, this picture is copyrighted 1883.
And there's the Ark of the Covenant.
Probably has to do something with the reset. Man-made.
But look, let's just stop for a second, Shapu. If you look off to the left where the 10 Commandment tablets are, Below that is what looks like a brick tower with smoke coming out of it.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Yeah. Another kind here.
Mm-hmm. Indicating to me that there's more than one of these towers.
And this thing interests me because in the other pictures that I sent you, the one with the Jesus and the lights and the thing, they're always like an axe. Yeah, I don't know what it means.
And there's that beehive looking thing right there as well. Beehive. See, the beehives is strange because I've seen some of the kilns look like beehive kilns.
Yes.
Like shaped.
Yeah. Never made this
Yeah,
comparison.
the 3 links in the chain and the 3 arrows. Shapu, that we broke down the 3 links in the chain the one day, didn't we?
Yes, it was the 3 like the 3 what I just told you, the 3 civilization that we don't have anymore here, like the Moorish, the Tartarians, and the natives.
Right.
The one that they were teaching the new, because they were the survivors. So they had to change their minds to the new way. So they couldn't kill them all, but they could look. You can see right in this one, the Moorish, Tartarians, and the American or the Indians or
American Indian. So there's your 3 links, and in the background is an arc.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, there's a fucking arc right there.
Yeah. And they thought they took their children like this.
Yeah, they're taking the kids right there. It looks like they're sneaking up on them. They're trying to set them up, and the guy's going to jump out and grab the kid.
There's a lot of them. You can see this is only the.
Oh yeah, let's look at this one. Is there something here? Okay, here we go, guys. Look, you got the hand with the heart in the center. Was there an arc in this picture? I forget. I think in the background somewhere we had saw one.
I didn't look at all of them, but I think there's one here. Yeah, I think it's beached.
Yeah, I knew there was one somewhere in one of these pictures. Yeah, you could see it there. Yeah, you're getting close to that one picture too that I want to look at. I remember all these coming up.
Oh, so you have one in mind?
Yeah, it's a little ways down, I think. A couple more pictures in.
So this one, no, this one is just the other arc.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You know the picture that you showed, and I think Steve even showed it too, said that you had found it, where the masons are chiseling out that stuff and there's an arc in the background?
I'm not sure what you're...
Remember, there's a couple of guys on these big steps and they're chiseling stuff. It says like 114 columns and all this.
Oh, yes.
That one is one of the ones that I want to bring up and show everybody because...
It's in the other folder.
Yeah, I love that one. And that may even bring us to some of the other pictures we're looking for.
Yeah, I think I've changed the folder of the Oddfellows to make one folder for them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's no problem.
But before it was in this one. That's why you remember this one you're talking about.
This one here, guys. Okay, check this out. It says Master Mason on it, okay? Now look at what's in the water right there. Look at what's in the fucking water right there. You can't make this shit up.
And the same with shovel or spade.
Black and white checkerboard floor. They're controlling the fucking narrative. It looks to me like they have these people here chiseling stuff out, making a new narrative, cleaning some stuff up. You got people up top on the top of the building doing some stuff too.
Yeah.
They're doing some stuff up there. Getting
shit. What I think it is, because that's when I thought I told you about the Acropolis of Athens, how many times they had changed it because old pictures, it's all demolished. There's nothing there. So
yeah, and they always have scaffolding around their stuff too.
they're probably changing everything, every
Yes.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're going to come in and chisel new stuff in, cut down and get rid of things they don't want up on these buildings, take stuff down, put new stuff up, give it a new narrative.
Yes.
You know, these two statues right here, they'll give them a new narrative and everything. Yeah, it's just, and then meanwhile, off in the water there, you got an ark full of people. Or maybe this ark brought these people here to clean up the mess. I don't know, but what's that doing there in a fucking Masonic drawing? You tell me.
And I found in the news, I think it passed on Facebook, they found like a giant anchor somewhere.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. You can see the 3 kinds of pillars that the Roman, the Greeks, and I don't know about the other one, you know, the history that they made.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. I didn't even notice the differences there. That's good.
Me neither. I just saw it, and
see how many times we've looked at this picture already, and we notice something new every time we fucking look at this shit.
Every time something new. Yeah. Because they changed this, or they made up this history, because we all know that underneath this, it's all red bricks. We've seen it many times.
Look at Pompeii. You can see under the facades, it's all red bricks of the columns. And see how they look like they're chiseling something on the wall, but this other wall already has some stuff chiseled into it. And this guy's over here doing something, and this one guy's probably making sure he's doing what he's supposed to do. I don't know. It just looks to me like they're adding some new narrative stuff in here, like the what Steve was showing earlier with Lincoln's Memorial. That thing was already there.
Yeah, I guess they are mimicking the old world building to be able to put what they want in its place.
All the Capitol buildings and all this stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really good stuff. This is one of my favorite ones, this one right here. When you showed me this, I was like, what the fuck? This is just more proof that we're on the right track. Nobody's going to give us this information, guys. We all have to figure it out for ourselves, and we got to do it together.
Yeah. And that's what they
So let's round it out. Let's go back if we could, because I'm going to get ready to get out of here in a little bit. I would just like to go back to the 2 pictures of the lady in the painting from 1798. If we can go back to that file.
One with the arcs and the tower.
Yes. Because that is the main meat of our show. This is the latest proof that we have that something's afoot here with these volcanoes, okay? And it really ties it all together because it has the arc in the picture as well with the lady. And on the other side, she has a tower with smoke coming out of it. Yeah, so we'll just zoom back in here again just to clarify with everybody, because the next painting is her or another lady on the other side of that building there that looks real modern, and the tower's on the other side. So we're kind of get to see 2 different views of this area here. So you have these arcs that he's circling right now, 3 of them lined up. Clearly, this is after a great war and a great reset of some sort. There's lots of weapons that are damaged and broken and stuff. Like, we're done with all this. And then you have this tower-looking thing in the background that has smoke coming out of it. Okay, I'm just saying. It looks a lot like a volcano. But clearly it's not. It's some type of a tower.
Yeah, and the shovel. I really want to know. And they have the olive branch. That means they're passing something to other one, or they say it's peace, but I'm not sure about that. And I'll go find the other one. I should have put both.
I know you're good. The other one's even better though, because you can really see the smoke and the fire coming out of the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an olive branch. It's for peace, I think, or something.
Yeah, passing knowledge,
Passing it on. Yeah.
passing knowledge to some new, new, new wave of people.
There it is. It's coming up. I want you to show the one above it before we get to this one.
This
That one right there. What's that one with the
Pyramid?
pyramid again? Yeah, zoom in on that because I didn't get to see it good last time.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what's this talking about fortitude.
So the pyramid looks like it was half
Like your
covered
cat.
with something. Like you're only seeing the top of the
Oh,
pyramid.
my cat.
Is that your cat? Oh. No, I was just saying the pyramid. See how the reflection is? You can see the other half of it in the water, I guess, or it's alluding that the pyramid's covered up to a certain point with water here. Just thought that was interesting. All right. Yeah, we'll
There's the one with the lamb and.
Oh, yeah, we got to show this one. Let's zoom
I
in
don't
on
know if
this.
it's a wolf.
I don't know what this is, guys. You tell me what this is, because Pooh showed me this. Now, we know that the Bible's changed from the lion and the lamb. This looks like a wolf, maybe. I don't know, or some kind of dog man creature and a lamb. But look, if you scroll down to the feet, it looks like it has hooves on it instead of paws. Or is that dog paws? I don't know. Maybe it is dog paws.
No, look at the angle. It's dog paws are like not that bent. This is a wolf.
Yeah, this is very strange looking. And not to mention, this person, this drawing of whoever this woman is, doesn't look very womanly to me. I'm just saying. Got a long, thick neck and a really weird face. There's that. I don't know what's happening there. But I want to leave you guys with this, okay? Vesuvius is not a volcano. Anyone with half a fucking brain cell at this point, with all the evidence that I've shown, and Shapu has shown, and many other people have shown, you cannot tell me that Vesuvius is a volcano. So if Vesuvius isn't a volcano, what else are they lying about, guys? Because look at this depiction from 1798. There's clearly a building of some sort with smoke and fire coming out the top of it. An arc right there on the other side of her. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And also I'd like to mention this super modern looking today's style building that's on the other side of this tower that looks like, I don't know, some storage unit down the road from you or something. I mean, what's that building doing there? And why does it look like that? I don't know, but I'm just saying. Especially when we've seen all the overly ornate pillars and Roman architecture, to see something like a really strange modern not A-frame, very square looking building that we would see kind of today, some janky shit we would build today in this depiction from 1798 is very strange also. But for me, that tower back there with the smoke shooting out of it, I mean, what more proof do you need? You can connect the dots at this point and come up with a conclusion that I think is not the wrong conclusion. I think we're on the right track, guys. All right. Well, we were back up to 83 people, and really that's everything that we wanted to present. I'm so happy to have so many people here watching and everything. I don't expect everybody to agree with our stuff that we present. That's how we see what the story is about, the way it's unfolded. And even in my background here, you could see the Tower of Babel right over here and the volcano above me. It's just like what we showed you in this drawing and these paintings and stuff. They're lying to us on so many levels. And this is just one more level that we're figuring out we're being lied to. They can fake space. They can fake earthquakes. They can fake tsunamis. They can fake his story, archaeology, geology, all this stuff. You don't think they're going to fake volcanoes? You better think again.
Like everything, the shape of the earth, how it is underneath. No.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Yeah.
She loves her daddy.
Yeah, she's feisty.
I took my cat to the doctor's. I said, you see this orange streak on her back? Because she's got that same pattern as your cat, but there's this little orange streak that runs down her back. I said, that's her mean streak right there. Because one minute she loves you, next minute she's like,
yeah, exactly. She's the same.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I love you. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you learned something new today, or maybe you're just going to think I'm completely nuts. Whatever. That's cool too. But, you know, we're all here to learn, and that's what we're trying to do. I'm going to go out with a song tonight. So let me get a song ready. Let me go back here to my songs. I love you guys. Stick around for the song. It's a good one.
Thank you for being here.
And I want to say, before we put the song on, Shapu, I have your channel link in the description below. Everybody, please make sure you sub and bell Shapu's channel, which is Fruit Kiss Research My Research. He's got a lot of amazing stuff over there. He needs to have more subs and more views for sure, because you guys are missing out on some really good stuff.
There's other links. There's on there you can find links to my other channels, because I can't post until the 26th of April, thanks to YouTube.
Yeah, fuck YouTube and fuck the fucking fuckers. I love you guys. Mate, let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing, and we are out of here.
Someone